Welcome to Mystic Arts, where we believe any problem at your gaming table can be solved with the right tool at the right time. My name is Daði, I'm a professional writer and director, and I've been DMing for over 11 years.
Oh my god!
Hey everybody, how you doing?
It's the intro.
It's that we did an intro, look at that. We have drinks because we have just reached
100,000 subscribers.
100,000.
This is just like apple juice, so...
Yes, mine is non-alcoholic as well.
Mine is actually apple juice. Our fucking wine bottle opener is so bad that using it is a pain.
You could have called me.
You
could have said, Daði!
I walked in here going, I'm not going to make you open this wine bottle for me right now. But maybe we will if we take a break in a little bit.
Maybe, yeah. Hang on. We gotta...
Or if I run away for 2 minutes to make a gin and tonic.
Ooh. A gin and tonic. It's incredible to be having this stream, which is something I did not really think we would be doing, ever. I remember when we started this thing and it was suddenly 20,000 people in like a month or something and we were freaking out.
Yeah.
And then our friends were like, what if you do this for a living? And I was like, that's crazy. Don't talk to me again.
Who would do this for a living?
Exactly. Peeking over the monitor. Yeah, you guys are...
Yeah, it's
the wide angle lens. We could zoom in a little bit more since we are fairly close to each other.
Can you do that from the computer?
No. I have to reach over to that lens and sort of turn it.
You want me to do that?
Sure. Try putting it at about 40 millimeters.
Spinning?
Ooh, yeah, spinning the zoom. Yeah. Whoa. Sure. Hey, thank you so much, Gunnar. Gunnar has gifted subs. Everyone has to say thank you to Gunnar.
Thank you, Gunnar.
Gunnar.
Yeah, this is better.
Yeah, right? This looks good. We do this for a living. Crazy talk. Oh my god. So there are some people posting questions in chat. We could just sort of go for them.
Yeah, we don't...
Prestige is the best Christopher Nolan movie, I will say.
Oh yeah, Prestige is really good.
Yeah.
If you're, do we want to, if they're on Discord, do we want them posting them there, or is that just?
No, we just
okay.
Here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get confused on them.
Yeah. Just post your questions in here. Start it with question. If you don't, we're not gonna see it.
Whoa, crossing my legs.
Wow, free memberships.
Hell yeah. I don't, like, that's so many people. Do you know how many people live in Iceland?
Like 300...
80,000.
80,000?
People are asking what the next crazy milestone in my head is. I don't think it's healthy if I have, at any point, a subscription that can be described as a fraction of the nation's, population. So
yeah, well, technically any number of subscribers is a fraction of a nation's population.
We get it. You went to a fancy school.
I have 2 degrees.
I dropped out. Hang on.
When Daði is gonna pop the question? Stop asking when we're gonna get married. It's fucking weird.
Don't go. You blow it out.
Yeah, I know that was on purpose.
Don't blow out the. Everybody else has to listen to this. Is that an intentional hair light behind you? Yes.
Intentional what?
The hair light. It's technically not a hair light. It's just that the background is lit in such a way that I have a... Well, hey, you've got a hair light. You've got a hair light right here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just the lamp over there that's somewhat orange.
Yeah, we can...
All right, question. There are enough willing households represented in the Mystic Arts Discord. When is your couch surfing world tour gonna be? Never. Never.
I'm terrified of strangers. I think the thing that frightens me the most is when people are like, "Hey, I'm coming to Iceland. Can I meet you?" And I'm like,
No, you can't. I'm sure 99% of you are wonderful people, but
you're all the best.
Yeah, we can't risk that.
I'm just terrified.
Question: why'd you start doing TTRPG stuff on YouTube? Daði whined about it for over a year. That he's like, I'm so smart. No. You felt that Matt Colville wasn't posting anymore.
Yeah, so
You-
running the game sort of had stopped.
Yeah, and you were sad about that.
Yes,
And
devastated.
we also wanted to work on something together because Daði DMs for me.
Yeah.
But I can't really be involved with that. And then, you know, I could run something for him or whatever. But we were also working different jobs and things. We wanted to make something together. So Daði was somewhat being like, should I post on YouTube? And I was like, yeah, you should.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm also just really opinionated, so
Yeah.
no, like genuinely the main thing is that I was disappointed that new folks didn't have someone like Matt Colville actively posting, because that's like when I was like getting really burnt out on D&D, on Pathfinder back in the day, being able to find somebody else who was just talking about how to do it made it so much easier. And I thought there was a slim chance that I could make it slightly easier for someone else, and I decided to go for it.
Yeah, we took it. Let's see. What would you recommend? Oh yeah, Sophie ACAB. Hell yeah. Question. What would you recommend to someone who is just starting to make TTRPG videos?
Get your audio sorted.
Yeah.
You can get a mic like this one from like an electronics store for $50. Get it this close to your face, your mouth being here, your mic being here, or the other way around.
Also, I think what helped us a lot, we've talked about it a lot that we haven't seen other people do, is we released 5 videos at once.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we had 5 different chances for something to become popular. And it was like and
they were different videos.
Yeah.
So there was a book review, there was like DM advice, there was how to start a video, and then a map video.
Yeah.
And the DM advice one went crazy. So it turns out we don't do book reviews that much. We will do one occasionally because I want to say something, but the DM advice one, turns out that's the one people wanted to see. And the other reason you should do like a little package to start with, if somebody finds you and they love what you do, it would be great for them if they have other videos to immediately go watch. And it also helps the algorithm go, hey, this person has a staying power. So that's sort of, I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah.
So make 5 different videos, make sure the audio is good. And then don't be afraid to be yourself. Like, I'm always trying to stop being like afraid of cringe or any of those things.
Yeah, you just like do things that you find funny and that we joke about.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, if people like it, they'll like it, and if they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
Good nut. I think
Gunnarsson.
was it Gunnar Lindfors who just gave all the
gifted a bunch of subs.
Hell yeah, thanks for the subs. Question, there are enough joke, that was the couch surfing one.
Hang on, so scroll up.
I know, it's being stupid.
I know. There was one above that Gunnar question that didn't mark themselves as a question. What's your favorite type of game material to prep?
Maps.
Magic. Monsters. Politics. I love creating like political systems and how those NPCs relate to one another and how they believe in the world. I like to put myself in the shoes of people with different mindsets and then make them fight and see what that adventure spawns. And then monsters.
Well done, AB. What? Okay, I'm trying to get out of this click menu. Okay. All right.
Favorite module for your
Well, no question. Wait.
Cyril Bodnar question. If you wish, it's at the top.
Oh, okay. If you wish you could have written any module for your favorite TTRPG, which would it be?
I could have written it.
Which one would you have wanted to be the author for? Like, you could be like, I wrote this.
I really like Descent to Avernus. There are people who are mean to that adventure, and there are bits of it that I don't really understand. But just the whole vibe of what it's like in Avernus, in hell, I thought was awesome, and I just wanted to spend forever in there. I could easily imagine wanting to just, like, if I could, write setting after setting after setting of the different layers of hell and how they all are different, and I very nearly did when I ran that adventure. So that was a lot of fun.
It's Baker 5414. Question: what cool stuff are you planning to do in the near future? Patreon and YouTube. Well, we've already announced this.
Yes.
But we are currently filming an actual play. So all of you people that have been like, when will you do an actual play? The time has come.
Now. It's been a hell of a challenge because we wanted to make sure it was something that was a lot like the kind of D&D we normally play. We didn't want to do anything different, and we wanted to make sure to capture our table feeling.
Yeah, we wanted to be like, listen, this is how we play D&D. Let's try to show that.
Yeah, and that's tough to do with a shorter adventure because we also didn't want to set ourselves up for we're now going to run this game forever in case it doesn't work out, in case it's a lot of work that we can't do or whatever.
And it is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. So AB is right now on the other computer is syncing or is importing the files. We fill up 6 every time we shoot an episode of the actual play. We fill up 6 different 250 gigabyte cards.
Do not do the math on how much money we've spent on
storage.
Don't.
We put it on the Patreon, the budget of the equipment on the show, which included 2 4 terabyte SSD drives to store everything. So the production budget of the actual play so far, not counting like any salary, just equipment, is $11,000. Which is why, if you want to support us and make sure we're able to do an actual play, AB, plug the Patreon.
Here you will see it doesn't actually have the updated tiers.
Oh, poop. Hang on. Patreon.
Yes. Yes. So on our Patreon right now we have a new tier for
it's called the Journeyman and Expert tier.
Yes, it's called the Journeyman and the Expert tiers. The Expert is the big one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Expert tier is all the stuff that the Adept tier currently has, but it also has basically the unedited episode footage. So the first one is up right now. So if you want to see the very first episode of the actual play, you can go there right now. There's also going to be after episode talks, so where we talk about what just happened, what we just
keep the camera rolling.
Yeah, we just leave the camera rolling. We go straight into talking about what we just played. Daði is also going to be sharing his prep notes and just like his thoughts.
All the stat blocks and everything. I'll do all of that. That's all going to be an Expert tier.
Yeah.
If you're not interested in the Adept PDFs and you just want access to the actual play, there's also a Mystic Journeyman tier, which is the same price tag as an Adept tier, but it gets access to all the actual play stuff, as well as Game Tales and Daði's Diaries, which are the 2 other shows we do on there.
Yeah, so if you don't want all the like paper bits from Adept, you just want actual play,
you can get that.
Yeah, you can get that for cheaper than the Expert tier.
And that's sort of the big thing we're doing now, because what we're going to do to those episodes is right now they're available early, unedited, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut them down. We're going to get them into hopefully like hour-long episodes or less that go up on YouTube. And we're gonna cut out all the pregnant pauses and the ums and the ahs and stuff like that.
Like Dimension 20, where it's like a bit more like
snappy.
It's not like Critical Role where they just put the whole thing on there. Like we're editing it, or there's gonna be some B-roll. But yeah, we're still getting a feel for how that work process is. Like Daði has enough going on, so right now it's on me. So I'm still kind of finding my groove with that. So we'll see when that happens, but at least the first one is up, so check that out, and if you're not interested,
you can wait and it'll be up on YouTube in a snappier format with music and all that sort of stuff, but it'll be out eventually. We just don't know when right now, but that is currently our big project, and we wanted to start it around the time that this milestone was hitting, and we thought we'd have more time. We thought we'd have another couple of months before this happened, and suddenly we just were like, "Oh my god, we gotta get going on this."
Part of it is also because one of the players is Magnus. He's an admin in chat right now, and he is having a baby in July. So we did not want to be asking him to show up at our house every single weekend with a newborn, because his wife would divorce him. And he would be a horrible person.
We like her a lot, so we'd love it if he can make that work somehow.
Also, if he would rather do that than be with his newborn child, I would have questions about his character.
So we're trying to get it done in time.
Yeah. All right. William Gilbert. Question. How do you guys think is the best way to introduce new players to TTRPGs, mainly D&D? If they want the least amount of investment possible, I would say, honestly, have them watch like an episode of Vox Machina, just to be like if they're like super baby, right? Be like, it's fantasy, there's fighting and stuff.
Sure.
Otherwise, I would point them at Critical Role, just to be like, if they're nerdy, they might know some of the voice actors.
Yeah.
But the easiest way is to just play.
Just play. Invite them over. Say, tell them they don't need to do any work.
Yeah.
Ideally, have them show up with nothing and no character.
Starter set.
Give them a character sheet, lend them dice, lend them pencil and paper, and see whether or not they like it. people will disagree about what systems are good for new players, but honestly, like just having the opportunity to play imagination with your friends.
All right. By the way, like just because of the way chat goes, you guys are going to be asking questions a lot faster than we answer them. So we'll get to things when we can. But there's a backlog already. Jonathan Frost asks basic question: how many players are in your regular games, and how many games do you play per week or month?
This month we just did the scheduling for the month. We book the whole month at once.
Yeah, it's insane this month.
It's 14 sessions this month.
But importantly, these are not all the same thing. So there's Kingmaker, which is like our regular like big game, where it's me, Magnus, Anna, a bunch of our friends. So there's 7 players in that one, and Daði is DMing. And we try to play once a week, but at a minimum, typically it's 3 times a month. But we really want that to be as regular as possible.
Yeah.
Right now we're filming the actual play, right? So that's included in some of the scheduling. Daði and Ivar are going to co-DM a new adventure that they're putting together.
I will make a video on co-DMing. I just need to get a refresher first. We're gonna do a bit of it, and then I'm gonna have lots of thoughts. I know it.
Yeah, and that's like a Spelljammer type thing where we're in space or whatever. We go to all sorts of wacky worlds.
Yeah, like Void Sea or the other one with the pirates.
I don't know. But that
Lodestar.
Yeah, but that one hasn't started yet, and we're doing solo sessions or like tiny like duo sessions for each player. So that's a bit more than it would normally be per month. Like we're doing 4 this month, and then I think next and the month after that it would be you might be getting Ivar. And then once that gets started, it's going to be 2 times a month. Every month we play test the adventure for the broadsheet. So if you're an adept tier, that's the sort of booklet that you're getting every single month.
And then we're gonna play Mouse Ritter. We played Mouse Ritter for 30 minutes 2 nights ago. Everyone made characters, and then we TPK'd. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is really into Mouse Ritter. He wants to play Mouse Ritter.
I'm getting really excited about Mouse Ritter.
I think. Oh yes, and then finally this month we will be starting up again Octavia, which is the solo game that Daði runs for me. We've been on like a 3-month break or so because we finished like a book. But we're gonna go to a cabin trip, and we're gonna play some D&D, and I'm really excited to start Octavia again.
Yeah, and you're gonna do the grung shot.
Yes, I'm running one shot for Daði and Ivar, where he plays a little grung. This is a sequel to something I ran for him last year, and we'll see.
Chair logistics.
Okay, so now it's like super in my way.
I see.
Now we'll see how that goes, because I don't usually DM. It makes me very anxious. But
you're gonna rock it. It's gonna be awesome.
Wolfpack's question: how's the Silk Song game going? I feel like I remember AB was playing it at some point. Beautiful, excellent, perfect game. Well, maybe not perfect, but really, really good. I finished it a while ago at this point. I think I finished it during Christmas break.
You game a lot. I don't game that much.
Yeah, no, Davi's not a big video game person. I am obsessed with video games. Like low-key, probably an addiction.
Yeah.
I get the itch every couple of weeks to just go look through my wish list and buy something and play it. Like, and I play a lot of different kinds of games. There are certain things I don't play, but I didn't really think of myself as someone like who played a lot of different things. But I remember Magnus was once like, "You play a lot of different types."
Yeah,
of games.
yeah. The amount of times that you're just like playing something I've never heard of. What's it now? The cat one?
Oh well, this one is very popular. I'm playing Mugenics right now, which is by the Binding of Isaac. Developer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like an XCOM like. You have like a team of 4. They have classes and they have abilities, and you're like on a
neat.
Yeah. But no,
I've just started my Baldur's Gate run. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it, but I started an honor mode will run. I'm probably gonna TPK and then quit. Yeah. But I have been playing a lot of Europa, and I've been conquering all of the Middle East as the Ottoman Empire, which has been a lot of fun.
But Silksong was great. I didn't like 100% it because I'm not really an achievement hunter, but I did beat the whole thing, including Act 3. So, if that means something to you, I did beat the very hard part. Scar Singer, I think people say it's really hard. I don't think it was that hard. Also, she sings the whole time while you're playing it. It's a really fun fight. I think that's the thing that Silksong has taught me even more than Hollow Knight is like, just slow down and learn the patterns. Because I remember when I like freak out and I'm just trying to like react, that's when I mess up. But if I just sit down and instead of trying to damage, I just like study what they're doing. Like basically, once I learn the tells for everything, it gets way easier. But of course, it's still hard. Anyways,
you skipped one.
Question from Weeb Genesis. What advice would you give when trying to finish the first arc of a long campaign, narrative-wise?
I'd like speed it up. Like, well, if you're like, if you're running into problems with, hang on, did we? Yeah.
It jumps. Like just answer the question.
Okay, sorry.
Don't. I'm controlling
All right,
this.
then.
Don't look there.
All right. If you're finishing the first arc, I would just make sure that you land a good boss fight. Make sure to not undercook it. Get some crazy abilities in there. Let all the heroes be as heroic as they possibly can by making the villain as scary as you possibly can. And make sure it's not too long a wait. I think plenty of adventures tend to bloat in the third act. Get us to the cool bits soon so that we can all feel awesome.
All right. I think maybe we should try to shorten the answers a little bit because I feel like we're getting caught. Or not.
I don't know.
He's giving me the look. Okay.
I'm just. You talked about Silksong for so long.
So I know. No, when I was answering it, I'm like, I'm talking about Silksong for too long. So I'm including myself in this. All right. Joan Devins question. Care to show how you ran the kingdom management if there was one in your Kingmaker campaign?
Observe.
Oh, boy.
Observe, Joe.
All right. I'm giving you a time limit because you could spend literal hours talking about this.
I will not. Observe.
All right, he's opening the domain sheet.
I made a spreadsheet to track all the statistics of the nation, including development, economy, productivity, the median income, the tax rates, all the stores and how much stuff they make in tons, what the value of those tons is, all of the settlements and separate spreadsheets of things with features and focuses dependent on how big the population is. It's a lot of work. I don't recommend it.
No, and we will not share this.
This is available to look at if you're a member of the Mystic Arts Patreon. It is in one of the Daði's diaries. I put a link up to this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, we're not going to share like an easily readable one.
No, you could look at this and go, "What the hell is he doing?"
Yeah.
One day I will make a domain system. It is not coming up soon.
Yeah. Hippie Beholder, Daði, you obviously aren't drinking anything alcoholic on YouTube, but if that drink could be alcoholic, what would it be?
Oh, if I would be drinking something alcoholic, it would be something along the lines of opal licorice liqueur, which is an Icelandic drink that is sort of like licorice, which is good if you live in Iceland and bad if you live in other countries.
Yes. The Dunyan Rings show. Question, how much YouTube meta optimization was there when you started? Meaning, how much did you study other YouTubers you wanted to emulate before making your first 5?
I don't think no. Like, I just watch a lot of YouTube. So there's a lot of this stuff that's already in my head in terms of how to like do a hook and then intro and stuff like that.
Yeah, we didn't make like intentional YouTube planning. We were like, okay, how do we want to structure the videos themselves?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, okay, how can we game the YouTube system besides the 5 videos thing?
Yeah, like we watched a lot, and I watch a lot of DungeonTube. Like I nonstop watch DungeonTube, all the like podcasts and stuff like that. I'm watching most of those things, but I also watch like big creators and how I pay attention to how they structure their videos. And I'm always someone who's when they're watching something, I'm trying to dissect it. So if I'm watching a movie, I'm looking at the framing, the editing, the narrative. I do the same when watching YouTube videos. I wish I'd done any proper research, but I know there's plenty of like YouTube gurus you can go look up, and they do show that kind of thing. And it mostly, the thing with all of this is mostly it boils down to what do people want to watch and why do they keep watching? And some of that is just X factor. I remember when this was happening for the first time, I didn't understand it. And I could not figure it out. And I was like, maybe it's the B-roll. I tried adding more or less. That didn't seem to matter. So I don't know. It's just weird to me. I'm happy I can help.
I know a guy VA asks, favorite class? I don't have one. I play whatever the current show I'm watching inspired me to play.
Hell yeah. Wizard for me. I love wizards. I love having a big spell list, and deciding what spell to use is a lot like getting to DM.
Yeah, so for a long time, Warlock like was my thing, but the more I play Paladin, it just feels so good.
Paladin is the best class.
Paladin is so good. Zenatsu Zenatsu, question. Now that you've been doing YouTube full-time, have you considered doing a sort of YouTube live or pre-recorded play of a campaign?
Yeah.
Indeed! We are doing one right now.
Available on the Patreon. It'll go up on YouTube eventually.
Arcane Affinity. Thanks
Hey,
for
thank
the
you.
$20. Have you guys considered being slightly less awesome so there is some left for the rest of us? No.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Star Cosmic. What thought process happens when you plan a video/stream? Like, how do you generate ideas for videos? So Daδι's brain is a massive black hole that absorbs information and then spits out ideas. And he's just constantly absorbing something somehow. Most of the ideas come from Daði. Sometimes I'm like, wouldn't this be funny? And then he's like, yeah, I've already written 3 different ways we could write about this. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I think the best way to explain that is that February was supposed to be a break month, so that's when we filmed the actual play, and that's when I started a new collab project that I'm not going to talk about yet, and that's when I hatched the scheme for what we're doing in May, which I'm not going to talk about just yet. But it's the Dillhorn thing, but we're figuring that out later. So whenever I try and chill out, things just happen. I try to write them down. I have a backlog of like 70 video ideas, but I look at that whole thing. Not linearly or in any plan. I just look and go, what do I want to talk about right now? And I try and pick something out and go, this one I could talk about right now for about 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. That Evil Resident.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Arcane Affinity, I have to say, they drew the art for all the magic items in the subclasses that the Mage Hunter gets.
Oh, shit!
The Leadwave and stuff. They sponsored the...
Yeah, Arcane Affinity. Yeah, because...
They sponsored the video.
Their name is different on the...
Ali.
Yeah,
Ali on the Discord.
Sorry.
Yeah. They're really cool.
Yeah.
They made a book full of modular stuff, and it's awesome. But
yes,
I got
check
them
it
to draw for the broadsheet because they draw so good.
Yes, their item art is incredible. What is it? Yes, That Evil Resident asks, are y'all morning or night people?
Night people.
Fuck getting up early.
Mornings suck.
Okay, Brettel Berda asks, how long does it take you to make a single video start to finish? We've gotten it down to a pretty consistent length now. Sometimes it depends on like what type of script it is. Like there are scripts that you can write faster versus others. And then like it depends on how long my editing pass takes. We have to do a lot of beer. Okay, maybe it's not the same.
So no, but like when it's let me tell you about an opinion I have.
Yeah.
Those videos tend to take less time. So I can usually write those scripts in about an hour or two. And then I can we film them in about, an hour or two, and then we edit them in about 4 or 5 maybe.
It doesn't usually take that long. Like if
No, I'm talking setup and everything as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's like an hour.
Yeah.
And then if there's a bunch of B-roll, it
could be another hour.
Yeah.
And then there are other ones like the Dungeon Turns video just took a while because there were loads of cutaways, so it was like a full afternoon, and the editing was fairly long in that. Same with the city video, where I'm running around Reykjavik. That was like an all-day thing. But basically, it's about a work day on my end. If I borrow 2 hours from you.
Yeah, like in a vacuum, you could basically make a video every day.
Yes. But what we do, and the reason we're able to do this for a living is because we do the broadsheets, we do the Patreon, and we do, we work with sponsors and emails and that kind of stuff.
That's why I said in a vacuum.
In a vacuum, yeah. And the truth of the matter is, whatever video I want to make will balloon to take up the space and time that I have available. Because if I want to make a video about how to do an NPC, and we're going to mess with all the lights and everything, that takes way longer. But I don't have to make it that complicated. But sometimes making it that complicated gets us excited about making it.
Yeah.
And that makes it a better video. And the same is true when you're DMing. When you're excited about the thing you want to do, when you're going, hey, I want to grung are cute, I want to run a thing about grung, that's what makes it good stuff. And I think it's the same with the content.
Yeah.
Content.
Sir Element asks, Daði, what's your favorite or most memorable moment as a GM/player? And Annabedna, what is yours? It's hard to pick a favorite, but like maybe name one. Like just something that comes to mind. Something that you do like.
Trying not to recycle a story I've done on stream.
It's fine. Not everyone catches all the streams.
That's true. I cackled like a madman the other day when I put a barrel in the middle of a room, and it was a mimic, and when they backed away from it, they touched the sooty black walls, which turned out to be a black pudding. And it was like a wombo combo trap. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff. I remember having them open a door to find another door, which then turned out to be a mimic.
Yeah. If you're an adept and you're caught up on game tales, one of my like most memorable moments is we were in a short adventure where basically we were in combat with a character that was holding a briefcase, and he had a gun. He shot, and then he had to reload, which takes both hands. So he put the briefcase down, and my character was like, that briefcase is important, which means I don't want this guy to have it. So I ran and grabbed the briefcase and just ran away. And so there was this whole like chase sequence of him like trying to shoot me. That's awesome. Yeah. If you want more details, Adept Game Tales, Atmos Project.
I think that's one of my favorite like campaigns ever.
Yeah, Atmos was great.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think the AP is going to be a lot like it. So far, it's sort of setting up similar stuff.
Yeah, similar vibes, definitely. Yeah. Question, what was your favorite way that a PC short-circuited campaign or adventure? How do you roll with it?
I remember this was back in Kingmaker 2, so this would have been in 2019.
Okay, so before we met.
Yeah. There was a time where the heroes had gotten in charge of a town called Sandpoint, which had ripped off from Rise of the Rune Lords. And...
Sorry, I'm taking my socks off.
On the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, scandalous. They'd taken over this town, then they went and did a bunch of adventures, and then they came back to find the person they left in charge as the deputy had usurped them and was now in charge of the town.
Oh, yeah.
And my thought was, she's now going to be an antagonistic force. And the players just went, good job on taking care of things while we were gone. This is exactly what we would have wanted. We'll go somewhere else. And she loved them for it. Like, she wasn't evil, she was just politically maneuvering, and they politically maneuvered in turn, and as a result, the adventure continued on in a very different way. I thought I was setting up a new villain, but no, it was way better.
J. Jonah Jam asks, do you explain
pictures of Spider-Man?
Do you explain your decisions to players, and if so, how?
Yes. There are definitely things I don't talk about.
Yeah.
But
a lot of the times, like when like a big session happens or something important, we spend a lot of time afterwards just like breaking down what happened, and you have no qualms about explaining as long as it doesn't spoil things in the future.
Yeah, I think I've been meaning to make a video on this, but I think one of the most important moments in any RPG you ever play is the bit after the session, where instead of rushing off home, you all talk about what happened, what moments you liked from the other characters, what you liked about the thing you said, or what that means for the rest of the campaign. You diagnose it together like you're film critics, but you're talking about your campaign and what you like about it. That is so important. And not a lot of the time I'll explain my reasoning. I'll be like, listen, this NPC is based on this real person, or is doing, based on what they think is best. And once I started doing that, I stopped having to, because the players would do it amongst themselves, and they'd sort of start critically analyzing the medium.
Mm-hmm. Caslib Baker asks, if you could cast the Unseen Servant spell in real life, but specifically to help you prepare and run games, how would you best make use of them? Character bookkeeping? Building your terrain?
If I could...
Like if you had a little mini-me.
Yeah, I was going to say if I could get someone to paint my minis, but I have Ivar.
Yeah.
And he's really good.
Yeah.
His minis are gorgeous. Painting drawing the map on the table. That's usually something that I wish I did before session started.
Yeah, but usually like prepping up until.
Yeah, I do it up until last minute. Or getting town maps. I love making them. I don't often have time, but I love having
town maps. Yeah. Because you use Incarnate, and that takes a lot of time of just like placing.
Yeah, but it's really not methodical.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
Like Zen.
Yeah.
Meditative.
Meditative, yes.
Meditative.
Meditative.
Okay.
It's good fun.
Yes.
But I wish I had more time.
The Last Spartan. Question: do you have any estimate for when the actual play will actually be posted?
No.
Not for some months. We want to finish filming the whole thing. We don't want to be like in a position where I'm rushing to edit while we're still.
Ideally, AB will have finished editing several episodes before the first one of them gets published.
Yeah, because I want the most amount of runway possible. We don't want to be doing, I edit one and then it's out and then I'm rushing to, yeah. So it will not be for some months, but we'll definitely try to give you guys a heads up when we have a better idea of it. But 100% will not be done until at least until after we finished filming all of it.
Yeah,
we're filming the whole chunk. Yeah. Nothing will be coming out while we're still running.
I firmly, I would love if the answer was sometime this summer, but I would not be surprised if it ends up being in autumn.
Yeah. I feel like we could. Well,
we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Ashtailed asks, you use tools like Obsidian for planning in D&D. Do you have any other digital tools you use as a DM?
Incarnate.
Sometimes like Dungeon Scroll to put like really quick things together.
But I don't really do that much.
No.
I'm such a minimalist when it comes to this stuff because I don't have a bunch of plugins. I have one plugin in my Obsidian. I talk about it in next week's video. It's called Calendarium. Spoilers. And that's kind of it.
Yeah, you look up official stat blocks on D&D Beyond.
Yeah. Oftentimes when I'm homebrewing monsters, I have 2 stat blocks in mind.
Yeah. A lot of the times you just crack open books. Like we have a bookcase full of stuff. Like that is a big paper guy. Like, there's not a lot of digital futzing.
I've been huge into tools a lot of times, and sometimes I love them, but I don't know, just like a pen and paper, and I love the idea of going, I don't need anything. I've got this in my head, in the dice, in the paper. Go like that. That there's something like Arthurian about it to me. It feels like mythic. It's awesome.
Yeah. IDKYS asks, do you have any ideas for working or collabing with other D&D and TTRPG YouTubers or figures or not? I mean, every once in a while, like you do something. Like Daði went live the other day. We've done some interviews. There's
a video coming out tomorrow with Bard's College where we talk about world building and the broadsheets.
Yeah.
I think Rich has one coming out as well. We've got the Dungeon Jam in May, and I know for a fact that there's something coming up with Ginny and Pointy Hat that we're going to be a part of, which is the sort of Monster Week thing. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I know that's somewhere around the corner.
Yeah. So this is stuff that like he already does. But I don't know if we'd ever do like a main line like collab. I mean, never say never. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing that it does.
I like having folks over for a visit. Like we had Peter the other day from Tales from Elsewhere voicing Gary Gygax from the DMG and stuff like that. If I find something that I'm like, this would slot in, I have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, like Ginny voiced Tiamat in our Tiamat video. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a bunch of folks over for that one because it was the Dragon Week video.
Yeah. Silink Gaming asks, some in the TTRPG streaming community offer a PC spot in a game with them as an incentive to top tier patrons.
I have a story on this.
I think most of us would nerd out at the chance to have you as a DM.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we have a story on this about the time that I was thinking about trying this.
Yes.
Because we in early
when we were trying to think of Patreon tiers, this was a thing we were thinking about. We're like, obviously, if some people are really into the channel, they'd love to be able to play. That's something we could offer at like a decently high price.
Yeah.
So we were like, but obviously that would mean playing online.
Yeah, so I created an adventure premise that would allow us to play across my setting's history, doing different events, fighting the similar sort of league of bad guys as a similar sort of league of good guys. And I ran the first session for a bunch of YouTubers. And we recorded it, and we encountered some technical difficulties, and we had to stop halfway through. So they never even rolled initiative. They just sort of did some investigating. And when the session was over, I was so drained. And I realized something that AB had been saying the whole time and I had been ignoring. is that I hate running online. I hate it. For me, D&D is that thing where we all look at each other in the eye and we, empathize with the other people across the table, and we share a brain cell to do all the imagination together and all that stuff. I think that's so beautiful. And I don't get it from online play. And I know there are people who are going to defend online play or whatever. I'm not trying to come after anybody, but for me, it doesn't work. So for me, DMing online is all the work of DMing in person, but none of the joys for me of getting to look at my players and share a room with the people I love. So I killed it. I pulled the plug. I was like, that would have been the first video, and I just went, no.
Just bring the baby.
Just bring the baby. No.
Wolfpax asks, is the idea for the first part of the actual play that's out now to eventually be a 1-hour episode, so that one session is 2 1-hour episodes? So, yeah. I mean, essentially, though, like, we're not squishing them together, right? When we release them, we're releasing them as one part.
Yeah. So each session will be a separate episode, and they'll be around an hour. So the episode that's up now on Patreon is 1 hour and 40 minutes or something. We think that's gonna get cut down to an hour. There's a lot of pregnant pauses and stuff like that. We want to trim.
Importantly, not every episode is gonna be the same length. Like, some go longer. It depends on what, like in terms of like how long we play affects how long the episode is. Yeah. Like, sometimes just not that much has happened and we're role playing a bunch, or if we land into there's a combat starting next session. Who knows how long that's going to take.
I also think the second episode just took like 3 times longer than the first episode.
The first one was relatively short. Weeb Genesis again asks, do you think players would be okay with causing catastrophic events while trying to be heroic?
I would never advocate for a rug pull.
No. I was gonna say rug pulls fucking suck.
Yeah.
If you've communicated that like doing whatever they're doing has a risk associated with it, and like you've made it clear, if you do this, it could succeed or this happens, then we're like, as players, we're like, okay, is it worth it? We're gonna try, and then we have nothing to say if we fuck up.
Or if the bad guy's gonna do something very catastrophic, and the players have a chance to turn it into something slightly catastrophic, and then you can put a little bit of the blame on the players as NPCs make bad faith arguments.
Yeah,
you could do that.
But if we're like, I don't know, we're gonna go save Baby McGee, and then in the dungeon, I don't know, I'm just making things up on the fly. In the dungeon,
Baby McGee.
In the dungeon, they're.
You do the ritual, and
we do the ritual.
You were lied to by the NPC.
The quest giver was actually the cult, and Baby McGee is the devil reborn, and we've caused the end of the world. I'd be like, great, okay.
Yeah, this is also in an upcoming video that I'm going to talk about, but it's the idea between like surprise and suspense. And there's a Hitchcock idea that you're watching a scene at a coffee table, 2 people are talking, then they blow up and die. Or, this is the better version if you're a DM. You watch them at the coffee table, and you tell us there is a bomb underneath the table, and now it's suspenseful. When will they notice? What are they going to do? If there's a chance of them doing something horrific and catastrophic, tell them, or indicate it to them, or hint at it, or start building the layers of it. And now the players are all going, are we doing the right thing? What's going to happen? I don't know if I want to do this. That conversation is the game. Not the bit where you pull the rug and they all go, crap. That's not the game. The game is what are we doing? What's going on? What's morally right? We don't know what's this going to do. That's the bit that's the game. That's the fun bit. Thank you, Orion. Thank you so much. What collaboration you'd like to do? God, I don't know. I don't really think in those terms, I'll be honest. I'm always happy to talk with people.
You're not like a collab first kind of guy. Like, you're an idea, then you're like, maybe there's someone we'd want to talk to.
Yeah.
We kind of covered this in the question before.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the gifted.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Filth Processor. What are your favorite dungeon modules? Favorite game designer? I have never played an official anything. I have only played homebrew D&D.
Really?
So I don't have a favorite because I don't know. Well, I know what's there, but I've never played any. We have this discussion. You come to this realization again and again every few months.
This is why you're always telling me to run Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, so I'm like, run the Incel Vampire for me. Because or something.
I love women. They don't love me. No, I really like Descent into Avernus.
You're a big fan of Janelle Jaquays
Yes,
and her
she's amazing.
dungeoneering.
Though I haven't run an adventure that she's designed.
No, but
I've
you like her design philosophy.
Yes. I also like the Counterbrand. What's the one in Strongholds and Followers?
Do not ask me.
Okay. That one's pretty good. James Hake in general, I think is really cool.
Yeah. John Thomas, can you share a bit your process when homebrewing or adapting abilities or spells from other sources? I'm adapting Pokemon moves into a TTRPG, and moves tend to be repetitive and boring. That sounds cool. But you don't necessarily do a ton of this.
No, I did for the Book of Isle Darkness.
Yes, but that was already sort of within the D&D-ish framework.
Yeah.
Like, you're not often, taking something that you just like see randomly and go, how do I?
No.
I love this Dragon Ball Z move that they did. How do I put this in D&D?
No. I don't know. I spend way more time going, what is a thing in D&D that isn't currently a toy being played with? So, for the bugbears, they do a lot of grappling. And so I made a video where I was trying to do more with grappling. What can grappling do? What are the natural outcomes of a monster based on grappling, and how do I play with that toy? But I didn't really have a plan to steal a thing from a different game engine or anything like that. I'm always trying to look at the unexplored design space, or when I can, invent a sliver of unexplored design space and then go fill it with my own fun.
Yeah.
That's usually where I tend to live.
Connor Engstrom Music asks.
Oh shit! Cool. Connor's awesome.
Yeah. Asks, there are umpteen must-know DM tricks out there. How do you distill them down during a game so that your bag of tricks isn't cumbersome instead of helpful? Pretty big question.
That's a big question. I don't know. For me, I'm a process guy. Like same as I was talking about with the design. I try and make sure that when I'm learning a new trick, that's what I'm focusing on. So tonight's session is all about this trick. And then I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to learn that trick real good. And then next session is all about a different trick. And I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to learn that real good. And because what you're wanting to do is you want to take that bag of tricks and you want to empty it into your head. And if you just leave it as a bag of tricks and look at the whole bag, you get so overwhelmed with it. So ignore it. Grab one thing you can learn tonight in your next game, stick that in your brain and go, I am going to do this one trick. And try and do it several times. Try and, do it in different ways. And then when you feel like you got the hang of that one, go grab the next one, stick it in your head. Do 3 5-room dungeons. Then go render an NPC. Then go, you build it up over time. I think anything else and you just sort of go mad.
Beta Plays asks, do you guys have any tips on how to help a new player to join an ongoing campaign? Also, congrats to 100K. I'm a Patreon sub. You guys are doing so good.
Thank you.
But yeah, how to make a new player join ongoing campaign? You had to do that several times.
Yes. The most success I ever had was making the new player the hero of the story. So everyone else is already familiar with everything in the campaign. When a new player comes in, they become the point of view character, like a companion in Doctor Who, or whatever show you're familiar with. They're the one doing the asking questions part. Like, I think they do this typically in network TV shows from this might date it, but pre-2010 in episodic network TV shows, when they get a second or third season, they get a new person in that the audience, the fans all really hate, because the new person's job is just to not know anything.
Yeah.
So new viewers can catch it live on the network. Treat them as that character. They become the point of view character. They have to learn the whole plot, so everyone has to explain the plot to them, and then take their backstory and make that be the first quest, somehow. And now they are the hero, and everyone else's job has explicitly become get this player up to speed. When they become up to speed, you then continue on with the track with everyone in lockstep. But they have to be the hero at the start.
Yeah. Kajatan Archeolog asks, how do you manage to not burn out from so many games, Daði?
I'll let you know when I find out.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I pile onto my plate, and then I have a freak out about it, and then I get over it because I'm having fun. And ultimately, I try and just have more fun. Like, because when I'm not doing anything, I feel bad. Like, if I'm not playing a bunch of games, I just get bored. Get to the bottom again.
Yeah, then it
Yeah,
automatically
so annoying.
jumped.
If I'm not doing a bunch of stuff, I get bored. And so I fill up my plate, and then I get anxious. And I've decided I'd rather be anxious than bored. So I made my peace with it.
All right. Zrodin asks, did you see the Tomb of 1,000 Doors? A great collection of 5-room dungeons, great expansion for Mouse Ritter.
I'm not familiar. I have already got the estate for Mouse Ritter. That's like 12 sessions or something in there. So I think that's plenty for my first time out. But hey, that sounds awesome. I love 5-room dungeons.
Star Cosmic says, how do you decide when to level up your party? Do you say, okay, let's have 3 to 4 sessions before level up, or is it a lot more varied? So in our current game, it's a milestone system, but also Daði literally hands us milestones. He says, like, to get to the next level, you need, like, I think right now we're at 6.
Yeah, you need 7.
Or you need 7.
To be clear, I just wrote a script about this as well. Milestone in 5e refers to you have done a cool thing, therefore you level up.
Yeah.
In that script, I call this a keystone system. Because like keystones, you need many to build a bridge.
Oh, yeah. I haven't edited the script yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, but this is a special thing we're doing, so it might not necessarily work for you. But yeah, so we get keystones, that's what you're calling them. And so there's some party ones. So basically whenever we clear a dungeon, we get a keystone.
Yeah.
But then Daði also hands out individual personal quests to each of us. And when we complete that, we get a personal keystone. So for example, I had one where so I'm a lawyer in our current game, and I have one where I have to get a pardon. I managed to do that. And I also have a quest to disbar this guy that
Judge Silent
Heart that basically disbarred me. But I haven't finished that yet, so it's like a multi-step process. So whenever I finish doing that, I will get a keystone, but no one else will. And this is because in our game we're doing like uneven levels. So I think we're all level 5 right now.
Yeah.
But there was a time period where
some of them were level 4.
Some of us were level 4 and some 3. So like we're doing uneven leveling. So if you don't want to do that, you can just have the keystone system without individual personal ones, or even if someone finishes a personal one, everyone gets it. But that's basically Daði kind of it's an easier way of pacing it without just randomly being like, and now you level up.
Yeah.
Like,
because the trouble with now you level up is that you don't know what the goals are.
No.
So it can be tough. I wrote a whole script about this. It's coming out soon. But basically, I would try and find whatever helps your players understand when they get to level up. Because without it, they don't know what they're doing.
Okay, very warm. Rhetoric Ver. Question: is your current love for Mouse Ritter partially because it's easy to add a little guy?
No, it's form factor. I really love the cards and all that sort of stuff. I also think it's really cute. But it might become adding a little guy. I don't know.
Yeah. Brody Bazo. Question: would you ever feature community submitted content in the broadsheets?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
We'd have to define what that kind of content would be.
See,
because like we're putting
it
behind
our setting as well.
Yeah, it's our setting. We're putting it behind a paywall, so I would feel weird, like making people pay for something that we didn't make.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking about if there are ways to get other folks involved, but because it's my setting, it's Blackguard. The goal isn't to have random articles. Something like Arcadia would just sort of do random stuff, which I thought was really cool. But I want them all to tie together, so I don't think that's on the docket.
Question: do you do any kind of like RP or voice warm-ups before sessions? Do you recommend any? I don't think you do.
No.
We don't do. We're both mentally ill, so we just sort of make noises all the time.
Correct.
So I guess
you're really close to. You're out of focus.
Oh, sorry. I just.
You gotta be here with me.
I know, but then this isn't my side. Hang
on. Can I dismantle my chair?
Yeah, I don't like the chair setup.
All right.
Yeah, we don't do any kind of warm up. Like we raw dog it.
She's sober, by the way. I'm not.
Yes. Konzak asks, which YouTubers inspired you the most and why? Matt Colville.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Hank Green. The Vlog Brothers, I think, are really cool. Casey Neistat for a bit. Oh, CGP Grey. CGP Grey is goated. Awesome. Thanks, Koi Fish.
Nils Pepunkt asks, if your Western adventures take place without magic, are the gods who created the world and potentially divine magic still present there? So magic is everywhere in Orathon. I'm not sure what specifically this is referring to. Like
Our cowboy stuff, presumably.
oh, yeah.
Westerns.
But in the Westerns, we still have magic.
Yeah. It's just rare. Like, it's not the cultural done thing in Atraxia to have spell slingers.
Yeah, it's definitely still there. The gods exist. What they're up to, who the fuck knows? Okay. Abuji asks, what would the blue sky dream of Mystic Arts be? No limit, think big, arcane level Atraxia show. Honestly, yeah. Arcane Atraxia, I think, would make our lives.
That'd be dope.
Series of books. I mean, we definitely would love to like publish the broadsheets at some point, and in like a collection.
Yeah, I would love to do like setting books, Tola style, like thick tome.
Yeah.
Our own system. Actually, I could tell you what the blue sky dream is.
Okay.
It's Westcom.
Yeah, so we have
we have a dream.
We have a dream of making a video game,
which will be set in Atraxia, but it's XCOM, but D&D.
Yeah, but somehow mashing D&D, XCOM, and Atraxia together.
Yeah.
And it's semi-doable because like
we're a bunch of developers.
We our friend group and we've all worked in video games before. We are not promising anything. This is simply,
all we've done so far is talked about it like 3 times and wrote down 4 notes in a Miro board.
Be like, wouldn't it be cool if we did a thing? We had ideas like people do.
It's a big part of what started the OSR plunge, because we thought OSR systems might be better at emulating that sort of thing. So we've been playing a lot of that.
Yeah. Rhetoric there asks, what are the biggest influences to your humor? I don't know, the internet?
Mental illness.
Mental illness?
Our neurodivergencies.
Yeah. Storch makes stuff. Thoughts on system agnostic TTRPG resources? Well, we sometimes try to make those because we want people to be able to stick stuff into their games regardless of what they're playing. So system agnostic, good, but we also play a lot of D&D, so a lot of the things that we talk about and make are D&D related. But I think the more people that can enjoy the things they enjoy, the better.
Yeah. I've never really seen like system agnostic monsters and stuff like that really work, because they end up having to sort of.
I mean, it's hard because like it's monsters specifically are so mechanically dependent. Like
there's stuff that crosses over, so like 5e branch games all use similar damage and stuff like that, and you can do a lot of crossover. But the thing is, some systems are excited about being rules light. So if you make a something that's agnostic, you either have to make it so agnostic it actually has no rules in it. Okay. You either have to make it so agnostic it's got no rules in it, or you have to make it so not agnostic that it appeals to 5th edition more than it does anything else. So that can be a little tough, but if it's DM advice, you don't need to tie it to a specific system. Like So You Want to Be a Game Master by, I want to say Justin Alexander. I have to look it up every time because Jason Alexander is Seinfeld, right? I think. Or the Game Master's Guide of Explosive Creation by Ryan Doyle. Oh my god, you did it.
I did it.
You have to back up.
Sorry.
Game Master's Guide of Explosive Creation by Ryan Doyle lets you create NPCs and stuff, so I think those are really cool.
Game Raven 13. Is it important for YouTube to find your thing? Like there's actually X of Y, or Bob's whole outdoor shtick, or more important to just make content you're excited to make? I mean, it's kind of both. Like, we had to sort of pick a direction. You were like, I want to approach DMing from a filmmaking standpoint. And, you know, you don't do that in literally every single video, but that's the kind of angle you have. Also, you know, you went to film school, so you have a good idea of how to make videos look good. So I think that's part of it. But then also you just talk about stuff you like, because if you talk about the things you like and enjoy, then you're going to want to make it as good as possible.
Yeah. I don't like the reason there are so many X of Y videos is just because once that format had worked, it was easy for us to go back to it. In the same way that I just wrote a script now that's a sequel to a video that didn't do that well, but it was about DMing like a director. The next one's about DMing like a writer. And it's just that I wanted to talk about those two things and see how they talk to each other. And it doesn't really need to be like for the algorithm, like because this one video performed well or whatever. I'm never really looking for a shtick. I didn't think the head turning thing would be what we do.
The head turning?
Yeah, whenever we cut to like a sidebar, I like whoosh, whoosh,
yeah,
or I go or whatever.
Yeah, you just kind of do it.
Yeah,
and then we've done it so many times that that's just what we do.
Yeah, it's mostly just that once you start doing something, it becomes like what you do.
Yeah. Furious Dan asks, where do you start if you want to turn an adventure into a published electronic or otherwise module, as an artist, formatting, editing, distribution, etc.? Well, so the more professional way of doing it is you have an agent, because they can handle a lot of that for you. They can point you in the right direction. They can find you distributors. They can find you artists and stuff like that. But obviously to do that, you need to be at a level where agents will talk to you. So that's not an avenue for everyone. We started it from just a layout perspective. Like, you had things that you liked and you're like, okay, how can I format this on like a PDF so that it's easier to read than just a Google Doc?
I really wanted the layout to look a certain way and to work. And a lot of the times I write in layout because I want it to fit exactly on the page. I don't want to have any orphans, they're called, when the text spills over.
Yeah, because like D&D has a certain format that people are used to.
Yeah.
So we would kind of want to utilize that language. But I mean, yeah, publishing a thing it's a lot of different things. It's writing the text, it's layout, like you said, it's artists, so you're gonna need to find someone that makes the kind of art you do.
Or you could get stock art, you can browse drive-through RPG and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would recommend, and this is what we did at the beginning, is just looking through different kinds of TTRPG books or just books and look at layout. Look at layout and identify what you like, what you don't like. Think about why you like it, why you don't like it.
Yeah. It's also like it's easy to get hung up on I need to start with X or Y. But in every creative art I have ever done, it turns out you need to start with everything. Like, in order to do the layout, you need to have some kind of idea of what the text is. You need to have some kind of idea of what your references are. You need to have some kind of idea of where art's going to go. So what you do is you do everything but a bit shit. And then you try and do it a little bit better. And then you try and expand that into the product that you're going to do. But I would try and sort of get rough ideas down early. When we're doing the broadsheet, the final version of the broadsheet is usually done just before it's released, because we use all the time we get. We'd be fools otherwise. But the first version of the PDF exists a month beforehand, and it's full of lorem ipsum and little green boxes that say art here, and sometimes it describes the art.
Yep.
That's sort of getting it kind of into shape so that you know what it is in your head, and then you know, I can only write a page about this, otherwise I'm going to throw everything out of the loop. I can't do more than 2 pages on this, because otherwise this has to be less than a paragraph, and you sort of get the shape in your head.
Yeah. Crow with Top Hat asks, what are your favorite books? Which ones are you reading right now? You guys are awesome. Thank you. One of my favorite books that I read recently was Priory of the Orange Tree. It's like thick book. It's so good. It's like fantasy. Every time someone asks me to describe it, I have such a hard time, because it talks from the perspective of multiple different characters, like not just two. There's like 5, 6, whatever. It's like an epic fantasy. It's its own world. I think it does a really good job of, like, it touches on, like, not just kind of like white European fantasy. There's sort of like an Asian coded area and a more like, I think, southeastern. I don't know. It's so good. I'm so bad at describing things. Please read Prior the Orange Tree. There's lesbians.
I'm sold.
What about you?
Uh,
You're not a huge reader.
no.
In terms of like normal books. Like you read a lot of things, but I don't see you often like in bed reading.
No. I picked up Crystal Shard recently out of curiosity.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm mostly reading RPG books right now. Oh, hang on. I've been meaning to make a video about this for ages. Directing actors. It talks about the kind of language directors use to inspire certain behavior from actors. And I think a DM could use this to manipulate their players.
Mm.
But that one was a lot of fun. It's very like in the weeds on the sort of image versus playing an animal and that kind of thing.
Bradley Nissen asks how much world building do you do before starting a campaign versus slowly building up between sessions? Also, what types of things do you always plan before a session 0 to give to your players? So, yeah.
Before you start, you need enough to start. Whatever that means to you, it's very easy for that bar to continue getting raised the longer you are building your world and you feel like you know less. And that's because the more you know you don't know. So you gotta cut that off by booking a session. And then whatever you have done by the first session, that is what is true, and then you add between sessions. Yeah. If you're whenever I see this question, I'm always thinking, are you right now not playing because you feel like you need to continue building your world a bit longer?
Stop it. Go play.
And then you'll know what you need to build. Because right now, you feel like everything needs to get done. But that's because you don't know what needs to get done because you haven't started running. As soon as you run, and one of your players says, man, I really am interested in knowing why the gods created the world like this. And you go, oh, it turns out I have to go think about that. And they're only going to ask you the thing you haven't thought of. That is the nature of asking questions. They're like a cat. They know the things are supposed to be on the table, but they're going to push them off. That's what players do. Go run a game. If you run plenty of games and you're just wondering how I do it, I've been running the same world for 11 years, so I already know an obscene amount about it. And whenever I invent a new area, I try to come up with a local town, who's in charge of it, what the player's doing. Everything else I.
Dan Abbott asks, favorite NPC you've ever done?
Oh, I like Holly now.
Holly's great.
Holly is the Atroxian Republic Secretary for the Arcane. He's basically the magic minister. And he is a paranoid opportunist who is always on edge. He always thinks he's about to get betrayed. And he's got a coin that he spins because he's casting Detect Thoughts at will all the time. So he's skimming everyone's surface level thoughts to try and soothe himself to know that there isn't a doppelganger in the room, or a mind flayer, or somebody possessed, or a devil. So he's always thinking, and he's no allegiances, no like beliefs in anything other than like the Atroxian idea, I suppose.
He's hot in like a weird rat way. I say this because the first time you introduced him, he was younger in a campaign where my character was trying to figure out if she fancied him or not.
Yeah.
Yep. I just like it when Daði plays people because I think my boyfriend is hot.
I love Holly. That's my current answer.
Yeah, he's super intriguing. He's like a really important character now in our current ongoing campaign.
And because he's an opportunist and he's paranoid, they never know where he's at.
Yeah.
Because they're always like, is he paranoid about us or is he paranoid about them?
Yeah, it's really hard to gauge him, and we're always like, can we trust what he's saying? But yeah. Dizzy asks, do you have any tips or things you do as for role-playing a conversation between 2 or more NPCs, or just being able to switch between them at a moment's notice?
I did this yesterday we were filming the actual play now, and I realized the 2 NPCs I had introduced spoke very similarly, so I spent the conversation trying to make them sound more different, but I am not a voice actor, so it didn't really go over well enough. I try my best to, if 2 NPCs have to talk, I summarize it sometimes, or I just try and make it short. A 3-line dialogue, is kind of the standard for like video game barks when you're like walking along, and two characters are talking. You usually only have space for 2 or 3 lines.
Yeah.
Character A says a thing, B, A, done.
Quip.
Yeah. You do that with NPCs. You can usually have one person pose a question, one person answer it enigmatically, joke, and then we've gotten to know a little bit about their relationship, and it's usually enough.
Yeah. Open World Addict asks, have you ever used dream sequences in your campaign?
I'm sure I have. I can't think of one right now.
Yeah. John Thomas asks, do you have a favorite prop that you often try to insert into your NPC roleplay? Yeah, he has a pipe that he uses constantly.
I also have a cigarette. My glasses are a very quick way to make someone. Sometimes if I'm doing a lot of what's that thing called actors do where they want to look evil instead of looking directly at the camera, they tilt down and look up.
I do not know. I didn't know that was a term.
But the thing is, when I do that, I'm looking over my glasses, so I look like an old man. So when I'm going to be doing a lot of that, I take them off so I can do a lot of the...
Yeah.
So my glasses are a big prop, and I'll do all kinds of things with them.
I just feel like I look like a completely different person.
Right?
With my glasses off.
Those are fun. Cigarette.
A fake one. He doesn't smoke.
No. Cigarette at the like a prop one at the table. Same with a pipe.
Monstrax asks, which third-party book have you used the most?
I've used the mass combat rules from Kingdoms and Warfare, specifically the mass combat rules, quite a bit.
Yeah.
I've changed them a lot at this point, and I'm probably going to end up changing them more. And I believe at some point next year,
you're going to want to make your own system.
I'm going to make my own. Mostly because I'm opinionated. What third party?
I don't know. You also have just a lot of books with monsters that you grab.
That's true. That is true.
Yes.
I know Magnus used Grimhollow a lot. I think that's really cool.
Weeb Genesis asks, is there any magical item you believe is game breaking or taboo to give to the players?
Don't give them the Horn of Valhalla. It's just not fun. I don't really care how good it is. It's just it's boring for everybody else when one player controls 8 monsters, especially when they all have 60 hit points. Don't do it.
J. Jonah Jam asks, how do you modulate the amount of doppelgangers in your game?
I use my modular doppelganger. I don't know. I just discovered the other day that I'm yet again doing doppelgangers because a fiend replaced the character.
Yeah, you were like, you thought that was in Last Kingmaker? It's also in this Kingmaker.
I love a good doppelganger. The lizard folk conspiracy theory has legs, man. You can always stick to that one.
The Prefect asks, have you guys thought about doing specific feature pieces on race lore and how to represent them in-game to players? No, because like everyone takes species and like does their own thing with them in their own games. Like, yeah, we're probably not going to do that.
No.
Because it's telling you like you should have like the lore of these things or like the history of these people should be like this, which feels a bit too prescriptive.
Yeah, and if you specifically want the official lore stuff, there are the books and there are videos like Mr. Rex, and I know that there are all kinds of people on YouTube who do talk about this sort of stuff, and I usually watch their videos and go, man, they're better at that than I would have been.
This is a question. Question about your rest times. You said it takes 3 short rests in a row. So does it take 1 or 3 days? So this is a question about our excursion resting.
Yeah.
And it
was already answered.
Oh, never mind.
It's 3 days.
It's 3 days.
We get this a lot because it says it takes 8 hours, and surely 8 hours plus 8 hours plus 8 hours, but it's the same as a long rest. You have to wait 16 hours between the night's rest in order to get a good rest. This is explained in the new Hacksploration rules. We cleared it up with some text on there.
Yes. And if you ever want to talk about the rules more, you can always join our Discord.
In our Discord, there are lots of people using the rules, and they can tell you examples from their game. It's really cool.
Yeah. AM Rosa asks, how much do you think living in Iceland has to do with your ability to meet and play RPG campaigns?
None. I think my ability to harangue people who were a little bit nerdy and get them all to play D&D had more to do with the fact that I get to play D&D as much as I want, because those players will play whatever I put in front of them. If I tell them now, hey, listen, we're not going to play our main campaign this month, they will be sad. But I say, instead, we're going to play a bunch of Mouse Ritter, they'll be happy. And then we'll play a bunch of Mouse Ritter. And when you have a group that will meet no matter what, you have the healthiest D&D group possible. And I live in the capital of Reykjavik, which is a capital, big, but also it has like 100,000 people in it. So
it's like more than 50% of the.
No.
Yes.
No.
Most of the population lives in Reykjavik.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay, so it might have 150,000 people, 170,000 people, but it's not big compared to what other people call a town in like real countries. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, the RPG community here isn't fairly big. Most of everybody knows each other.
Yeah, your location is not the reason you're not playing D&D.
And this is not trying to find people who are like really nerdy. I'm talking about somebody who's into punk music, or somebody who's into Silk Song, or somebody who's into, whatever it is. Turns out those people, when they get introduced to D&D, may decide that this is the best hobby in the world, because it is. So you got to give them that opportunity, invite them to your table, and over time, you can build your group. Before I got my current group of about 7, there were 50 or 60 people I've played with over the course of that whole adventure, the series of my campaigns set in my campaign setting. And I narrowed it down to the people who are most available, who play the games the most like I do, and who were not working in the films industry. I'm sorry, I played with a lot of people in the film industry, but they would just vanish for months to go work with Christopher Nolan or something.
Because
that's how films get made.
That's their job.
Yeah. So, those were people who worked in video games. That helped a lot. But they were also people who, for whatever reason, were slightly nerdy. They were into Viking stuff, or, if Ren Fair would be the American equivalent, or whatever it is.
Houndin asks, do you use any random tables? And if so, do you generate them yourself or get them from somewhere?
Yeah, both. I'll use random encounters from books or whatever. I make random tables. I love giving control away from myself and to the dice, even if that means I created the table first. Absolutely.
DJ CS asks, I'll be DMing my first duet session this Wednesday.
Awesome.
Any brief advice that you didn't cover in the video? I mean, I think we tried to put most of our advice in the video.
I would hope. Depending on how long you're planning for the campaign to be, I don't know if I said this, but I meant to. Try treating getting sidekicks as loot. Go check out the sidekicks video and think about Brungi, the goblin chef, and stick him in there. You love Brungi.
Brungi.
Yeah, stick him in there and see whether you get a kick out of that.
Every time I look at their name, I don't actually know how to say it.
I say a bougie.
A bougie. All right, that makes sense. Question, can we have some story time? What happened with the Mouse Ritter session? Let's hear the tragedy. I mean, it's not a very long story.
So why not? I will tell a brief story.
All right, I'm going to go make a drink.
Go make a gin and tonic.
While he is non-alcoholic.
Oh, actually, could you hook me up with some non-alcoholic licorice liqueur? Sorry, something that tastes like licorice liqueur. We played Mouse Ritter, Honey in the Rafters. This is the kind of threefold adventure that comes in Mouse Ritter. Comes out like this, like that. And I had I think it was 11 o'clock or 11:30. And we'd been chilling at home. We just had some like roast lamb because our flatmate's girlfriend came over with some food and was like, "Can I cook?" And we were like, "Hell yeah!" And then we were hanging out. We were talking about like D&D and stuff like that. She was playing Titan Quest, and I said, "Listen, why don't we just go play a game of Mouse Ritter?" And they went, "Sure." So the two of them made characters, my flatmate and his girlfriend, who's one of our players, Salka. She's also a moderator in chat, I assume. She's a Mystic Arts regular. Feel weird referring to her as my flatmate's girlfriend, but I figured I had to introduce her. Anyway, so they make adventures, and I tell them, let's make honey in the rafters. And it turns out one of their family members had left to join the Cult of Sugar. And they went to this shack in the middle of the woods. Here's the art of the shack on the cover. And they found a skunk. And I said, "This is a skunk." if you fight it, you will die. You need an army of mice to damage a creature of this scale. And they went, all right, we leave. And then they found a big sunflower, and they climbed it. And they dropped one of the black seeds. One player climbed it. The other player stayed down there. They took one of the black seeds. They dropped it on the other player. They failed the save to catch it, so it crashed on them, and they got poisoned with paper skin. And then they went into the shack, and I made a mistake. I ran it wrong. They were like, "What's under the table?" And I went, "It's a bad guys. Roll initiative." And then they all died because in Milestone, the DM isn't supposed to start combat. It's the player's job to do that, unless they get surprised because the telegraphed danger was ignored. And they put this in the DM's guide. They're like, "Listen, this is a very deadly game. Give your players ample and fair warning and telegraph danger." And I didn't do that, so they all died. So I made a mistake. But that's fine. It only took, about 30 minutes from start to finish. So I figured we'll probably do Master again, and I'll invite a couple more people over. So it takes longer to club them to death with candy canes. And we'll... I'll do it right that time. See, when I'm here doing this, I read all the chat messages that AB just scrolls past. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Baby McGee. What are some of your pet themes, redemption, hope, friendship, that appear consistently in your game? For all of the Kingmaker games that I've run, it is always the cost of leadership. The idea that power corrupts and that it is hard for a good man to be king. I think a lot about politics, and I think more about it now in current year than I did in other year. And that's sort of been a trend that's been true ever since previous years. And I especially think a lot about how it is true that even when people that you believe in, or people that are good people, even if you're wrong about them being good people, or even if you're right about them being good people, that a lot of the times it is difficult to get things done. And why is it difficult? Because it comes at a great personal cost. So that is something that I work with a lot, especially in and this is probably inspired by the kinds of stuff I watch, West Wing especially, where there is this sort of ideal leadership duty. And you made a rap. Ooh. I keep the mic away from you as you eat wrap.
Yeah.
I will need some of this space.
Yeah, I'm just wrapping it.
Wrapping the wrap. How do you go about tough encouners? I have the issue that my players really hate the idea of dying, so I'm scared of killing them off. Combat feels non-consequential. I don't think you need to kill players to make combat non-consequential. I think it's fairly easy. I think it's just I think it's fairly easy to do combat and use objectives. Check out our video on combat objectives and see if that doesn't spark something in you, because I think in those instances it's a lot easier to sort of make it be put things at stake that are not their lives. And that way, when inevitably they fail a combat and the stakes weren't whether or not they live or die, they will get the experience of losing without losing a character. And once you start down that road, it's going to be easier to then have somebody lose a character. Are you excited for the Western Reaches expansion for Shadowdark RPG? I have got my copy of Shadowdark now, but I haven't run a game yet, so I'm not really waiting for an expansion. But one day I will run it, and it'll be awesome. And until then, I'm sure I'll make some mistakes like I did with Mouse Ritter, but I'll figure it out. Yes, the Shadowdark book arrived in the mail the day after the video went live. That's true.
What's your favorite magic item?
Favorite magic item?
No, did you read the question?
Yeah.
You didn't say it out loud. I was eating. You
Sorry.
figured...
What is your favorite magic item to give to players? Mine is stuff like bag of beans and robe of useful items. AB's got a robe of useful items.
My robe of useful items. It saved me from death. Whatever. I'm eating.
I don't know. I love robe of useful items.
You did poison me. What was the thing you poisoned me with?
A gas spore. You got poisoned by a gas spore, which was yeah, which poisoned you in such a way that you would have died if it were not for the robe of useful items. Immovable rod is a lot of fun. I love items that sort of wrest a bit of control out of my hands. Would you make videos reviewing or a guide to running pre-written adventures like Curse of Strahd or The Siege of Castle Rend? Probably not. There are videos like that on the internet. There are plenty of people that do it and they sort of really go into the weeds of that stuff. I don't think it's good bang for buck for us, just because I think the overlap of how many people are interested in that and also interested in what we're talking about, I don't know that exists. So we have no plans on it. I won't even do that for the broadsheet adventures. I think a part of being a DM is sort of cracking the code of that yourself, because I've watched those kinds of videos and sometimes I get a lot out of it, but then after a bit I stop. Wow, I'm so far behind on chat.
Okay.
You like that rap I made, right?
Yeah, it was good. What do you mean you're so far behind? You've caught up.
Oh, okay. I just saw the thing from... hang on, there are a couple of questions there. Let me scroll up a bit. No, I'm not caught up.
Did it do the jumpy thing?
Yeah, I'm not at all caught up.
Okay. Let me do it. I like doing it.
Okay. Good. I'm so not caught up.
Yeah. Do you remember?
There, Connor. Yeah, that's where I was.
Oh yeah, that was an excellent answer. Did you do this one? Mega hard snow. How to present the danger of defying gods, such as defiling a temple or statue. I would prefer not to just have Zeus zaps you with lightning, you are dead.
God, I don't know. How involved do you want the gods in your campaign? If the gods are like around, would they send someone, an agent or an angel or something? Or hang on, we got to refigure everything out. Or I mean, don't kill them. Obviously, that would be a strange thing. Don't interact with my world, or I kill you. I don't think you should do that one.
No.
But you could have an agent show up that is a level appropriate monster, and then we get to have a fight about it. And that way the players get to feel like they defied God successfully by doing the fight.
Gabrielle Garuli asks, I subscribed when you guys had around 20k. Now you have over 100,000. Congrats! The second, was there a moment where you guys decided to go full on YouTube mode?
When I was done with Echoes of the End, we released the game, and the company sort of started shifting into the post-game management stuff, like patches and that kind of thing. And I was involved for a bit of that. But at the same time, I knew that there would probably be heading into a period of trying to, make a new demo and fundraise a new game and trying to figure out the company again. And I knew that we were doing a similar sort of startup thing with a YouTube. And I was basically looking at the idea of, am I going to do the startup thing with the company that made this video game again? And they're probably going to have lots of fun trying to make a new game from scratch. Or am I going to go full into this YouTube thing I already started and I'm having a lot of fun and I get to talk about RPGs? And spoiled for choice, I decided to go with you folks and see if I could, especially because I wanted to see if I could make the broadsheets work.
Todd's in chat. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Todd.
Question. Is CGP Gray's video The Shape That Wins at Everything about hexagons the reason you do hex crawls?
Yes. I'm saying it now. It probably isn't, but yes.
Yeah. TSL Frontman says, have you ever added any Mario Party style mini games above table? I once started a session with an operation-style maze puzzle, and my games have never been the same since. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've never done that. That sounds awesome, though. You do you, man.
Hell yeah. Cyril, Cyril XX, asks, I got this from a German community. They do a LARP at a castle and have an awesome few days. Would you also like to host such an event at some point in time?
I am more interested in that than I am in the playing online or in the meet a stranger over for dinner. Both of those frighten me for different reasons. But the idea of doing a big LARP or a mega game or a convention, like if we go to Gen Con or something, doing a game, all of those appeal to me.
Yeah.
But I haven't made any plans to that regard, but that does sound like fun if I get the opportunity to go do D&D in a castle or whatever one of those things. I would absolutely jump on that.
Val Smith asks, not sure if it's been asked, how do you guys handle giving XP for succeeding a non-combat encounter? Also, we kind of talked about this. We don't do XP. We level up on a milestone basis, or keystone is a system that Daði made.
Yeah.
And several of those milestones do have to do with non-combat encounters. Like the example I gave before is that I'm a lawyer. I got disbarred. I have recently been rebarred, and now I want to disbar the guy that disbarred me. You know, that's nothing to do with beating him into a pulp, because that doesn't help me on a legal basis. So yeah, we use milestone / keystone, so XP doesn't really come into the picture. Caslib Baker, thanks for the $5. You called out Matt Colville, my OG favorite TTRPG tuber of like dozens I watch. Now you're easily tied for my favorite.
Oh.
Thank you. Get a drink on me.
Hey.
Scowl, buddy.
Scowl. I've been wondering where I recognize Caslib for.
Yeah.
And I was rewatching a Cold Blue video the other day, and he had the top comment on it.
Oh my god.
So that's awesome.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Todd, he asks, when prepping for your monsters, do you use digital tools or print out the stats? Which stats do you focus on? You tend not to print them out.
No, I might find them on online on D&D Beyond if I have to, but a lot of the times I have them in my SRD vault.
Yeah.
Or I go reach over and just grab the book.
Yeah, so he does use physical stuff, but it's in a book. You don't really print them out from a printer.
No, I try to print as little as I can, but when I do handouts and stuff, I love printing it.
Yeah. Zerodin asks, tried to Daggerheart one-shot for a con, fell flat because all the stuff in Daggerheart is emotional stuff. I tried to get players to really hate antagonist. Revenge of a war crime, but still no glue. I don't know if that's necessarily tied into the system. It just sounds like maybe your players were having a hard time connecting to, like, the story? Also, this isn't really a question, so I'm just gonna move on.
That sounds awful. I hope you figure stuff out.
Yeah. Lucas McKay asks, have you run into a mechanic or rule in a popular TTRPG that you absolutely disliked upon reading it?
Plenty of times. It is a very common thing for me to read a rule in an RPG and bounce off. It is very common. And people comment all the time. I just got a comment today of somebody going, hey, you keep adding Pathfinder stuff into D&D. Why don't you just play Pathfinder? As if those things didn't originally come from D&D, but let's not get into it. I don't like the way Pathfinder handles a lot of its modifiers. Just the base math doesn't work for me. So that alone was enough for me to not want to get too far into it. There are plenty of systems where I bounce off for all kinds of stuff like that. Whether it's the way dice are added together, the way characters are built, or the amount of options, or the amount of text.
So yeah, it definitely is a reason for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Furious Dan, thank you for the $5.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome for the publishing answer. Buffalo Jake asks, did you create a new god pantheon for your world, or did you use an existing one?
It was the first bit of world building I did for Orathon, and I described it to my players 11 years ago, and I am now stuck with the damn thing. One of these days I'm going to really root around in it, but not right now.
I see Game Raven's quoting me. He's hot in like a weird rat way. AB, March 2nd, 2026. Cinnamon asks, question, favorite vegetable?
Cucumber.
Cucumber's pretty good.
Green onion's pretty good too. I'll put green onion in anything.
Yeah. I'm one of my good friends when I lived in the US, we roasted Brussels sprouts and put like salt and pepper and a little bit of balsamic vinegar, and wow, my life changed.
Somebody asked about favorite folk tales. I'm looking at my bookshelf here to see if I can spot it. But
yeah, but remember, we're only answering people that say question.
I know, but I thought of a favorite folk tale, but I've talked about this before on stream. It's called Djáknin á Myrká, the Deacon at Dark River. It's an Icelandic folklore. Go look it up. It's awesome.
All right.
It's got a headless horseman in it. No, it doesn't. Spoilers.
Wi-Fi laser beam.
Wi-Fi laser beam.
Thanks for the $5. Who's your favorite Baldur's Gate 3 companion and why? Is it Minthara?
It's Karlak.
It's Astarion. I'm predictable.
Yeah, we're two predictable people. When we played Baldur's Gate for the first time, she was like, I want the little vampire twink boy. And I was like, big woman.
Mm-hmm. Though I Shadowheart's a close second for me.
Yeah.
I want them to be a little mean to me.
Hang on, scroll up.
No one says question. We gotta follow the rules.
I know, okay. Sometimes people ask interesting things and they don't do it right, and I want to talk about it.
Zrodin, question, mass combat, Kingdoms and Warfare feels like a whole extra game. That's because it is. What is simpler, easier? Not learning a whole system for a cool scene. We're still working on that.
Yeah. Again, not really a question.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out.
Well, they're sort of asking, like, what is simpler or easier?
What is simpler or easier? Not learning a whole system? It just sounds like a criticism of the way they decided to make that thing.
Don't put your opinions in questions. Vitorx, thank you for the $10. I don't know what R is. Rollers. Question, feel free to skip this one if it's too personal, but how do you deal with neurodivergence and starting finishing content for sessions and or YouTube? I'm ADHD and struggle with this. I also struggle with starting things a lot.
Yeah.
You messed up my hair.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I use caffeine. It's the key.
Yeah, it's, I'm working on it. So far, I'm still the procrastinate until I get stressed enough about it, and then I do 50 hours of work in 2 hours.
I have to trick myself. A big favorite of mine, much to the dismay of the people I live with, is I put the headphones on. I put a bunch of caffeine in me, and then I pick a song I know the lyrics to, and I bounce around the apartment while singing along, and occasionally they catch me in this, and...
yeah, you just sort of jam out until you hit a flow state.
Yes, and then I need to be left alone. Once I'm in the flow state, I'm like, nobody talk to me.
Yeah, that was like, I'm about to plug in, don't talk to me, and I don't, because...
Yeah. It's the only way I get things done.
Yes. Weeb Genesis. Lots of Weeb Genesis questions. What are your thoughts on dual classing? I assume this means multi-classing.
Unless they mean like Gestalt.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's cool.
It's fine. I was wondering if I should multi-class, but what is appealing to me is like going from 1 to 20 in one class. Like I want the ultimate power fantasy of going from nothing to something.
So I come
at least in a long-term campaign.
I come from, I started playing with Pathfinder, and the thing with multi-classing in 3X games, not like 4X games, but 3rd editions, is that they were an easy way to start having a better character, and just single classing usually meant you get outpaced by someone who was multi-classing. And I like that in 5th edition, it's kind of the other way around. For most classes... Ranger, for most classes, if you just play from level 1 to 20, you're going to have a better character than if you try to multi-class. And I think that's the right way to do it. Because, the balance in 5e, people talk about, this class is so much stronger than this class, which is, hot garbage or whatever. I was talking to you about this the other day. In 5e, the spectrum of the most OP build and the least OP build is so thin. Relatively. You might not feel that way if you've only played 5th edition, but if you've played something like 3rd edition or Pathfinder, two of both editions of Pathfinder, the actual spectrum compared to 5e is huge. It's gargantuan. And what that can mean is when you invite someone to play, like happened to me every time I introduced someone to Pathfinder. I was like, hey, come, you're watching us play D&D, sorry, Pathfinder, come over and make a character. Your 17th level, it's going to take you 3 hours and you're going to suck because you don't know how to build a character. In 5e, if you just play the regular class, you're mostly going to be fine.
The Delver asks, would you rather fight
Hey, Sean!
Oh,
Sorry.
it's on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Would I rather find an owl bear or a bear owl?
Is neither an option?
Ugh.
They're both gonna kill me.
Yeah, but a bear owl at least is going to kill you without anybody else noticing. So they might just live happier lives.
I don't care about other people. I'm dead.
I care about other people.
I want to be dead as quickly as possible. So, whichever one kills me the fastest.
Oh, it might be the owl bear.
Okay, Albert. Toticus 1234 asks, how do you manage everyone getting screen time and getting a part in the story in a large group, 7 people? Also, what makes combat quicker? That's definitely something we have to have an active pulse on, and you manage us.
Yes. One trick I've been doing recently is I've got these little standees for your initiative. I put them on the DM screen in front of me, and I move them like a token tracker. I move them when I'm done with them, so I know where I'm at, so I know who to cut to. But also, I am just sort of counting minutes, and I'm going, has this person had a good scene yet? Sometimes I'm like, this person really hasn't gotten a chance to shine. I'll have an NPC go up and talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of us, so sometimes you know that, if there's nothing, necessarily active you specifically want to do, you just might not talk that much in that session.
Yeah.
If it's a roleplay heavy one. But yeah, because we are that many, it's definitely something we pay attention to, because it does feel bad if you're like, okay, no one's talked to me, I haven't said anything all game.
Yeah.
Does no one care about what my character thinks?
Yeah. So I try to poke the people who are being quiet, but mileage varies.
Yes.
I need to borrow the cursor for a second.
Okay.
What's the next question?
But I don't know. Black Corey asks, hi, how do I simplify a first engaging session? I don't exactly know what that sentence means. I assume you're like, how do I make a fun first engaging session?
Do a 5-room dungeon.
Yeah.
5-room dungeon is perfect because everybody gets to introduce their character at the introduction. Then they get to go do a puzzle or talk to somebody. I recommend doing the roleplay bit and have them all get to speak in character. Then they get to do a fight, boss fight, loot. Every element of D&D gets covered in a 5-room dungeon. So if it's your first time running, just do that and you're going to have a blast.
Edward Elric asks, how do I endear NPCs to my players? Make them sort of be impressed by the players.
What? But endear NPCs?
To my players. How do you make your players like your NPCs?
Wouldn't that be the other way around?
No. Endear my players to... No. That's how it's used.
Okay. Yeah. Make the NPCs think the players are cool. Make the NPC give the players magic items or loot or quests. Or go, wow, you're so good. I wish you could solve all my problems. If you do, here's loot and quests and magic items. Players gonna fucking love that guy. They're gonna keep going back. Or cheat. You do a silly little voice. Do a
Okay,
pull a
so
face.
don't do that. All right. Game Raven 13 asks, is there any Icelandic folklore you think would be very neat to put in a wintry region that overlaps frequently with the Feywild?
Oh,
I mean, there's always elves. Icelandic elves are special.
that's true. The little rock gnome elves.
Yeah,
do.
they're rock gnome elves that live inside rocks.
Not a lot of our folklore is winter based. There's a lot of ghost stories about Icelanders becoming outside is the phrase for it. Verða úti, which is to become outside, which is they were outside long enough, and that means they are dead. Because in medieval Iceland, you stay outside, you become outside.
Yes.
So many of those are ghosts and stuff in those folklores.
Star Cosmic asks, how do you prep politics systems?
I have a video on 3-faction politics. I tend to think of things in threes. There's the good, the bad, and the ugly. and the ugly is sort of in between the other two, so you can sway them. But then you can zoom into factions, and they've got good and bad and ugly inside them. So whichever one's in charge is the head of the faction. But then you can swap things around. You can play around with those chess pieces. So you can make the bad faction become good if you remove the bad actors in it and prop up the good actors. And then you just have to name those characters. And it sounds like I'm saying go build a huge network of all this stuff. Mostly I'm just getting at like...
Watch the video. It covers a lot of this.
Like zoom in and zoom out and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Scarlight Road, thank you so much for the $20. It's tradition at this point. I'm here. I'll donate. Just wanted to once again thank you both for helping me fall in love with DMing again. Congratulations on 100K. You deserve it. I'll keep studying the mystic arts. Thank you so much.
Starlight.
I think maybe at like 10 we're gonna
stop accepting new questions at 10?
So in the next, you have 9 more minutes to ask questions. After that, we're gonna go through the list and cab it.
Yeah.
And if admins can help us by being like 10 minutes are done here, like posting in chat because we can't tell while we're scrolling. So Magnus or Anna, can you like make that clear?
Thank you.
Hiko Hunter, question. When running your hex crawl, do you segregate different areas on your map to different levels? And if not, how do you moderate that, applying to world and region?
I could. I haven't. I try to sort of mostly keep things relatively level appropriate, but in my mind I'm like, I think the areas in Everlasting, the areas further south are more dangerous. I've also made it fairly clear that like the Night Font in particular is fairly dangerous, but I don't have a specific level range in mind. I just have like a stat block or something that I know is roughly their power level, and then I try and stick to that.
Sorry, it jumped again.
Hexagons are the bestagons.
Yes. Petotuk. Question. When sessions are too far apart, aside from a recap, what helpful tools can help players remember previous events?
If they're so far apart that things are getting literally forgotten in the sauce, I would try and get to a more episodic campaign. Like, try and make sure that everything is sort of self-contained to each episode. Because if you're running like Curse of Strahd and only playing every 3rd month, you really can't make much progress unless next session you kill Strahd and then you go way off the rails. Like, you gotta really sort of wrap things up. Ramp them up. Like, put the speed on it.
Mr. Gasp 13. PCs love adopting goblins and kobolds, but what monsters are underrated for adoption? Grung.
Flumph.
Ugh.
Love a Flumph. It's my favorite monster. If Monster Week this year can be Flumphs, I'd be so happy.
TSL Frontman asks, what do you think TTRPGs are generally missing as an experience? What would the future of RPGs include more of going forward? So I think this is somewhat of a misguided question because there are so many TTRPGs that you can't just say all TTRPGs are missing one thing.
No, I mean, isn't there an RPG for anything? Like,
basically,
I hesitate to say that there's a thing that isn't in RPGs somewhere.
Yeah,
and even something I think shouldn't be in RPGs or in RPGs.
Yeah, I also hesitate saying like RPG should go in this direction because we want there to be as many as possible.
Yeah, different and weird and
different is good. We love D&D, but we don't want everyone in the world to only play D&D.
Absolutely not. Go play whatever you think is fun and cool, and don't worry about it.
Yes. Dungeon Ma'am asks, running my first homebrew world, only ran official campaigns before now. What advice do you have for creating your own world? Love the channel, guys. Congrats on 100K.
I would just think about the sort of big genre stuff that you want to play with. I remember having an awakening experience when I got introduced to Warhammer for the first time, and I realized I'm allowed to just make the Vikings have woolly mammoths, and I don't need to make it any more complicated than there are woolly mammoths in that area, and then just go full into the vibe. They worship krakens, they have woolly mammoths, they have berserkers that like make their muscles grow bigger, and they are speaking giant. And now I feel like that vibe is just so strong that I can sort of do whatever with it.
Yep.
So I tend to just go find the theme and lean, and everything else I can sort of play around with.
Yes. Joan D. Vins, question. Tips for finding art without using AI as a poor GM. So yeah, so fuck AI, first of all. In terms of finding art, so there's a sort of base level. So there's a website called PickCrew, which you can use to like make character tokens and things like that. But if you're just playing a private game, I think it's okay to, go on Pinterest, whatever, go on Google, find pictures with vibes that you like, right? You're just using this in your home game. You're not selling it or whatever. So I think it's fine to find art that other people have made to evoke an image. There's nothing wrong with that. The issues come where,
you can add like before :2022 to Google searches. You just get old stuff.
Yeah.
You could browse subreddits with specific stuff. But also, you like Derek Hawley a bunch. We don't have art of that guy.
No.
We have no idea what he looks like other than I've occasionally described him as having like slender and cheekbones, I think, as the...
Yeah. Like, I honestly think art...
By the way,
yeah.
Magnus said there's somebody's asking about Whitelock, the old man NPC that I used to roll checks for to see if he died.
Yeah, he died. I cried.
Yeah, funeral was last session.
Yeah. But yeah, just I think vibe art is honestly more important than like character specific art.
Yeah.
So if you can find like mood art for a city or a dungeon or something like that.
If you can get one piece, because we have a TV on the wall, and what I would sometimes do is I'm not going to swap through a bunch of art during the session, but I'm going to get one piece to like do the vibe.
Yeah, you don't show a lot of different art. Yeah.
No, I'd stick it up on TV and I'm like, this is sort of what we're doing, and then like, okay, that's in the noggin.
Michael Kosiorowski, question: how do you handle getting lost while hex crawling? We kind of hand wave it. Like, it hasn't happened that often. You basically...
I usually make it clear to you that you're... Like, so far it has always happened when you're in a situation where you really think you are lost.
Yeah.
So I see no reason why not to just tell them. Because then the game becomes getting unlost instead of the game being, haha, you were going the wrong way the whole time.
Yeah.
I think it's more fun to go, you are lost. How are we going to get unlost? Well, we know about this weenie, this monument or whatever out here in the distance. We're going to head towards it because that means eventually we'll know what hex we're in.
Yeah.
And then they get to play that mini game as opposed to getting rug pulled.
All right, Turtle War Gaming asks, what are your top 5 RPGs excluding D&D? So the thing is, I'm not really a huge TTRPG person besides D&D. So in terms of video games, I could give you... a whole list.
I don't know.
I'm a bad person for this question. I don't have an answer.
I same. Like, I play so much D&D, and I always like getting an opportunity to try something new, but I've never played any of them long enough to be confident in that I can now pick this as my favorite RPG. Yeah. I've been getting this question a lot recently because we were talking about OSR games, and immediately followed people were asking me what are my favorite OSR games. And my whole reaction is like, I don't know that I can answer that question truthfully other than just based on what books I like to look at. But I would want to play whole adventures before I start ranking them, and I'm just not the guy for it. I'm sorry. I hate to disappoint people.
Yeah. Andrew Nall, 1931, says, I just finished my 3rd ever session as a DM.
Hell yeah.
And unfortunately, 2 of my 5 players just dropped out.
Hell no.
What advice can you give me to keep things going? First of all, I know it's hard, but I wouldn't take it personally.
It's their loss. Just keep it going. You can play D&D with one person. You can play D&D with 2 people. That's my favorite way to play.
Honestly, I think 4 people is a perfect number. So if you just get one more person, you can get a really strong party together because they all have time to talk to each other. It's enough players that you can make interesting fights without worrying too much about balance.
And I wouldn't even wait until you get a 4th person. Just roll for the 3 of them. Make sure those 3 have an awesome time. Your job just got easier. Your sessions just got shorter. Your pacing just got stronger. Don't worry about the people who are missing out. Yeah. That's up to them.
Yeah, you can zoom in on the people that stayed. Because, people left, but people also stayed. Yeah. They're interested in what you're doing. Don't let it get you down. Keep looking for more people, but keep running.
Absolutely.
Sorry that happened, but you should keep going.
Yep.
Marzius Evans asks, how often do you change rules and or mechanics for classes in TTRPGs? We
Very
don't
little.
Really.
The main thing right now is you're playing a ranger and you're looking at Tram Monk's ranger, and we're having a debate about whether or not he's overcooked it.
Yeah. So typically you don't futz because, like, in terms of fairness, like if you're futzing in the mechanics of one person, then another player might be like, okay, well, what about this ability? That could be better.
I open the floodgates as soon as I start getting my hands in there. So typically I tend to go rules as written, and occasionally I bend them.
Yeah.
But I mostly go rules as written because then I can just go, hang on, it's not me. Like, you guys can talk about how to change this amongst yourselves.
Yes.
But we might end up going with some version of Treant Monk's adjustments or something. But
yeah, and they don't even work perfectly for us because we're running a hex crawl, so some of the exhaustion stuff doesn't work.
yeah,
The level 7 thing with the just reroll saving throws is crazy.
yeah.
So yeah, adjusting mechanics, like you said, it's a floodgate. Once you start doing it, everyone is going to want to stir the pot. I don't know. Will Staunton asks, any thoughts on Dungeon World? Currently running a play-by post and loving the system.
I'm not familiar. Have fun.
Have fun. Mumbleblade, I've seen Dragonbane in your B-roll. How much have you played it? Thoughts? We played it for a weekend.
Yeah, one weekend. It was a lot of fun.
Roll Under is weird.
Yeah. Yay, natural one. That one was always weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
There is a stream somewhere on the channel. Maybe somebody can tell. Was it Will Staunton? No.
Yeah.
No, Mumbleblade.
Mumbleblade.
Somebody might be able to tell you Mumbleblade when I give it a review, because there's some stream where I talk about it for about 20 minutes before starting. You could check it out.
Saren38 asks, how do you present combat that isn't intended to end in players kill bad guy? I am putting a Bodak in front of my level 2 party.
Okay, pause. If you're putting a Bodak in front of a level 2 party, somebody's going to die. Somebody's going to die. If you're up for that, and if they're up for that, go knock yourselves out. That sounds great.
Is that the guy that was in the
attic?
In the attic in Octavia?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Bodaks are awesome. If you look at them, they can just immediately kill you. It's awesome. It's very old school. It's great. If your goal isn't to kill the to kill players or players kill the bad guy, you want to be playing with objectives. You want to be playing with things that aren't losing by all dying, but things that are like, can we escort this guy? Can we save this NPC? Can we get that magic item? Can we pull that lever? Can we stay here for 10 rounds before the guys come over? We have a whole video on combat objectives. Go check that out. Yeah. If you put a Bodak in front of your level 2 party, some of them are going to die. Like, it's a cow farm. You're going to get cows.
It's a cow farm. Okay, cows.
Okay, cows.
Yeah. Stilton Avenger. Question. I love the channel. Thank you. What do you do when we love you, random citizen?
Stilton Avenger.
What do you do when you get bored or stuck in a dungeon? I backed myself into a corner and just set fire to it. Any other suggestions?
The boss runs through the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah.
Boss fight time.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna be real, Chief. I've never gotten bored in a dungeon.
You love dungeons.
I fucking love dungeons.
Hell yeah.
Let me go through 50 rooms. Let me open doors. Tell me what's in there. Let me fight all the monsters. Let me be in a dungeon forever.
I'm a big fan of stepping on the accelerator when I get bored and have the campaign end. When the players are getting bored, you do the next plot point. If the next plot point is boss fight time. It's plain fun.
Caleb Crisis asks, what's your favorite physical object you've seen included in any of your campaigns? What?
Maybe the files in Atmos.
Oh, yes, like actual physical props.
Yeah,
Atmos, that's the game tales we were talking about earlier. It was kind of this big ol' Manhattan Project conspiracy theory, and at one point we found a briefcase and there was a bunch of stuff in there, and Daði just dropped a whole bunch of papers in front of us. So we were physically just looking through them. That was a lot of fun. There
is another thing I could show you, but then I would reveal the fact that I'm wearing shorts.
Well, you've just said it out loud. So I can't really tell because my head is like conveniently in front of your butt.
What?
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Blackguard Journal.
Gerald Russell commits suicide inside own jail cell.
Who could this be referring to?
Social commentary. What's that? This is full of articles about my setting and what's going on in this adventure. And it's got all of this stuff on the back is stuff in the plot, in the adventure. I wrote these for every day the players played the murder mystery adventures in Blackguard. This is the Blackguard Journal. I had a lot of fun doing them.
Yes.
So these are probably my favorite. I keep them.
Marzius Evans asks, have you ever played with any form of hardcore rules where resurrecting a character is impossible? So we have never done anything where resurrecting a character is impossible.
I've done... Sorry, go on.
Well, at least currently we're playing with excursion resting. So, like, in terms of rest, so, like, spell slots and magic, it sort of takes longer to get spell slots and things back. So we have to think more about our resources.
I did 2 things back in like 2018, 19. Because I came from Pathfinder, which was a lot deadlier once you went down to 0. So 5e always felt a little like it was cushy to the players, little player babies.
Little player baby.
So I did 2 things. I made diamonds be really rare in my setting. So finding them, you can't just go buy them. And that helped a lot sort of curtail magic resurrection. And I did a thing...
it's not a thing that we're like, oh, we'll just resurrect him.
No.
We're always like death is real.
Do we have diamonds? No. Can we get them? Maybe, but probably not. 2 is that I made death saving throw failures be permanent until you took a long rest.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would not recommend that. That killed people in boring ways. And what you want is dramatic deaths. And mostly that just meant that eventually somebody went down and died. And we were like, oh.
Yeah, you don't do that anymore.
No.
The diamond thing is still true.
Yeah. But the narrative of the keeping death save failures never became a story that I felt like it was worth telling, if that makes sense.
Todd, our man Todd, asks, have the party ever just run past or skip the encounter you put before them? As a DM, what did you do next?
I took a break, went to the bathroom, looked at myself in the mirror, and said, "You can do this." And tried desperately to think of what the next plot point is and get him to it.
Yes.
I call breaks all the time to go figure things out.
Well, all the time. You do it at least once per session.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. But I mean, I call a break once per session for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like just to go to the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of those times is because I'm like, hang on, now I need to go figure stuff out.
Yeah. For fuck's sake, asks, do you have any plans to incorporate colonial/post-colonial political plot lines in your Atraxia campaign materials? What do you mean
Are they not already?
Atraxia is heavily colonial. There's so much.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not entirely apparent if you haven't, played in your world as much as us.
Maybe.
But no, yeah, Atraxia has colonized.
Yeah, if it hasn't already, it will. Just because, Atraxia has colonized and been a colonizer, and
it's the America England allegory. They have done colonization. They fought wars over land. It's in there.
Yeah, and if you're waiting for it to become more explicit, I assume it'll happen one day.
Star Cosmic asks, if you have a smaller group, would you balance around the small group or give them an NPC or 2 to aid them? It kind of depends how small your group is. If you're running for one person, giving them a couple sidekicks can help, because balancing for one person is hard. Daði talks about that in the solo game video.
Yeah.
But 3 people, it's doable.
Yeah, you can lower the scale of the combat.
Yeah.
Also, all the cool monsters are in the mid-CR range anyway, so if you have fewer players, that means they can all get higher level, and you can keep running all the coolest monsters in the game. So
okay, this is actually a very relevant question. Edward Elric asks, how do you power scale for single-player games? I feel like I can't balance between accidentally one-shotting my player or them one-shotting my BBG if I hold back. So in our solo campaign, right, if you're running for one player, they basically can't die. So
unless you're okay with the campaign just ending.
Yes, or them constantly building a new character and you kind of shuffling the story again to fit them. Like in my campaign, I have a backstory that has to do with the Raven Queen, right? So she's overseeing the souls and things. So if I die, I still lose whatever encounter I was in, but my character comes back. You said you would probably get rid of this once I get into the really high levels, but for now, if I die, that I'm not dead.
Yeah.
But it is hard. Like we just said, it's hard to balance for one person.
And you'll lose the adventure if you die. Like, it's not a freebie.
No, it's not a freebie.
Everything goes horribly wrong. Your team dies, etc.
I lose the enemies progress.
Yeah.
People I care about die. It sucks.
But
dying should suck.
Yeah. But you still get to play D&D.
Yeah.
Until the end of the adventure.
Yeah, because we're here to play together.
Yeah, and I would hate for us to no longer have a good excuse to continue playing, and we all have to start over this long thing just because you couldn't roll above a 3 all night, like
which
also happened yesterday in D&D.
yesterday. But also like because you should watch. First of all, you should watch the solo video if you haven't already. But so you can make your player more powerful because it's not favoritism because there's just one of them. You can give them little NPC sidekicks to hang out with, like give them everything they want because it's just one person, so you should spoil them.
Yep. On the question, have you already tried Microscope to world build with your players? I did. I had my players and I world build a time skip together, a 3-year time skip we did in Microscope. I talked a little bit about it in the 90 campaigns briefly, which is on the Mystic Extras YouTube channel, which exists, by the way. Check it out. Yeah. It's got 2 videos on it. 2 videos.
Zach on Zoom asks, how did you modify the Kingmaker rules for kingdom management? You inspired me to run my own Kingmaker. So even though our adventure is called Kingmaker, we don't use the Kingmaker kingdom management stuff. It's just like it's an old name from in the past. We don't use the Kingmaker stuff.
No, the first Kingmaker we ran wasn't even the Kingmaker Adventure Path. Scrolly time. Yeah, it was just that it was we knew that what it was, and we were like, oh, it's like Kingmaker, so that's what we called it. But we used the kingdom rules for Pathfinder then. In second Kingmaker, we used my own homebrew system, then we swapped to Kingdoms of Warfare, and then we sort of went back to my homebrew system. And then in the third one, I made a new homebrew system because I'm a crazy person and you can't stop me.
Big Nan asks, how much information...
How big is this Nan?
The Nan. How much information do you give to your players after you have moved past a given quest line? Say, for example, they ask what options they could have had when they move away from a town. So you sometimes you give stuff, but you don't want to let us peek behind the curtain too much.
No, the secret is when I let you peek behind the curtain, I only do it when I think it's going to make you feel like the world is real.
Yeah.
So if you go, what would have been in that town? If the answer is, I try not to say that out loud. Sometimes I do.
It's fun to learn that your DM arbitrarily made a choice or didn't know.
Yeah. But when the answer is, what is, what would you have done if we'd done this? And I can say, I had a whole plan for that, and it would have involved X. That usually gets them going, ooh, yeah, he's got this whole thing figured out. And I try and sort of stay on that, so that kind of decides how much I do. But I try not to lore dump everything, because I don't want to give the players the feeling of, oh, we did everything wrong, we should go do the thing you had prepared. No, you want them to continue to feel like they have agency.
Yeah. Breno Maya asks, how do you storytell when players are moving through hexes and hex crawls instead of just saying in the hexes around you, you see, and here you have nothing to see? Well, you don't describe boring things.
No.
If we're just moving through hexes towards a location, Daði will often just say, like, okay, you move through. Like, there's no need to talk about things that aren't interesting.
Yeah. If the question is about, like, how do you make it be interesting that they're learning that this hex has nothing in it, I try and cut it as short as I can and just say,
it's not interesting to know that something has nothing in it.
Yeah.
You don't need to try to make that interesting.
So I go, these are all forest hexes, these are all forest hexes. And they go, okay, neat. Do we find anything of interest? No. All right, 3 days pass, you get there.
Yeah.
Cut.
Okay, we've already answered that question. Termy Healer asks, do you guys have any pre-game rituals as a player and a DM to get yourself in the mindset for it or to feel ready? Been watching since 7K. Wow. Congratulations on 100K. Thank you, Termy Healer. Also, you have your own sort of prep ritual.
Yeah.
Or like the way that you set up. So you're prepping, and then when he's done prepping, or if you're like finishing the last little bits, Daði will come to the table, and he has a laptop there, and he'll often be like finishing typing up there, but then he'll be playing music. We have sort of just like a chill playlist.
Yeah.
But it's the same playlist, and we play it every time before the session.
It's like dad rock.
Yeah, it's like dad rock. So he's playing that, and then once he is ready to play, he'll just sort of look up at us and go, "You motherfuckers want to play some D&D?" And we all, when the moment he says that, we all shut up. We stop what we are doing. We look at him, the lights dim, and he says the same intro to us that he always says at the beginning of every session.
And it's slightly synced to the music that I play. I try and hit the certain beats.
Yeah, so we do that every time. For me, I wouldn't say there's a particular ritual. I always like to have my things ready before we play.
You get your notebook, your dice tray, your dice in your dice tray.
Okay,
you have a little.
Yeah, I have a specific way that I set it up. So I have like my little notebook where I put in front of me. I have a dice tray that I put to the right. I take out all the dice. I line them up in the dice tray, and I get like my notes ready.
Yeah.
So I'm basically like, the moment you say you guys are ready, like I don't need to do anything.
Yeah. We also all have to go to the bathroom.
Yes, we all go to the bathroom.
We go. Hey, last chance to piss.
Gabe Tetrolt asks, do you use skill challenges in your campaign? If so, how do you implement them?
I do. I usually just do the 3 failures fails and about 7 or 8 or 9 or 6 or 5, whatever successes to win. But I haven't used them in a while, and I've sort of fallen out of love with them. Mostly because I don't know, I always believe in them less every time I use them. So I would love to find a way to replace them at some point, but I haven't gotten there yet. Okay,
this person's name is inappropriate. Blank all over the place. Question. Many of my players will grow more interested in the session the more fun I'm having. What things do you have the most fun doing while DMing?
Ooh. I love showmanship. We have that Eddie Munson video.
Yeah.
I love it when I can use musical beats. I was cackling to myself for a very dramatic session in Kingmaker that I'm not going to spoil here because there are people who are watching Daði's Diaries chronologically, and I don't want to spoil anything.
Which session?
It's the one where I used a different music than normal.
Yes.
And I found this soundtrack from House of Dynamite, which is a movie on Netflix that you should all watch if you're interested in like modern day geopolitics. Yeah. It's particularly the politics of war and bombs.
Actually, yeah, really relevant right now.
Really relevant stuff about nuclear warfare. But
it's a good movie.
It's a good movie. And the soundtrack is designed to get your heart rate just rising over time, and it does this with like a stinger and this kind of bum, this kind of a melody or rhythm or whatever, and every now and again a leitmotif. But when they play, the leitmotif seems random and loud. So what happens is you're building rhythm and you're building the stinger, and then just randomly a spike of da 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 dum. And that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if I played this for the entire session? Because I knew I had a 10 session coming up.
Boy, did it work.
Their hearts never slowed. Until combat happened, we played the regular combat playlist. They were like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And then, we were back, and they were like, no. Yeah. And I hooked them. Great time.
Yes. Scarlet Road asks, how do you handle problem players or disruptiveness at the table? So you don't really let problem players stay at your table.
No.
If there is some sort of problem, like, we're all really good friends. So if there is really something, Daði will, like, talk to them about it. But we're basically never at the point where that needs to happen.
No. There have been instances where I've sort of taken someone aside, and usually it's just a question of, like...
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Are you having fun? Is there something I can do to make this better? I would just...
You don't have the patience for having rude people or bad people at your table.
No, and I've cultivated a group of people I love playing with, but in the interim, I've been openly critical of someone who's being toxic.
Higo Hunter asks, how should I tie my players' backstories to the DS factions present on a region? It feels difficult as the vibes and plot don't seem to mesh easily, e.g. player hunting cult and orcs in the region.
Surely the cult is working with the orcs. Either the orcs are in the cult is full of orcs, or the cult needs the orcs to do something, or the orcs are fighting the cult, and therefore you have to go befriend the orcs, but you don't because they're hostile. Like, you just make them have a link, and that means the players has to investigate the link, and that becomes the engine of the story.
Yeah. Also the political, the three faction video can help there, because like if you build this system, you can try
Cult evil.
You can try to tie a player's backstory into the system you've set up.
Yeah, cult evil, orcs ugly, something else.
All right. Weeb Genesis asks,
Weeb Genesis.
Do you think homebrew your own monsters would be a better experience for new players, or sticking to established monsters is better? I think if you're new, especially a new DM, you should not be trying to homebrew monsters.
And if you have new players, I feel like you kind of have a gift in that you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, they don't know anything, so just use what's already there.
Yeah, and you know, the first time they fight a goblin in D&D is going to be memorable. They're going to be like, oh my god, it's a goblin in D&D. Oh my god, it's a skeleton in a crypt. Like, that's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm doing the D&D thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to tell other people. They're going to be like, oh my god, I got to play D&D. The DM had music, and there was a skeleton in the crypt, and, you know, that I killed him. You know, it's great.
Yeah. Peto Took says, or asks, how do you make players roleplay? If you have to make your players roleplay, do they want to roleplay? I mean, I know it's like a twofold thing. Like, some people are just nervous at the beginning.
Yep. Some people are having perfectly a great time, and they would be terrified if you made them roleplay. I would suggest my advice with this is always, you have to go be maximally weird. You have to go put on an accent and do a whole song and dance. And that way, when you are this weird, and they are this weird, they are not the weird person at the table. And then you just continue to get weirder and more intense and more in character, and you will coax them out of their shell. But they have to decide to do it. They have to feel comfortable. If you make them do it, they will never feel comfortable. And then they won't do it.
Joan D. Vins, I think that's Swedish, Krona. Right?
Yes.
SEK. Tack för er. Question. Oh, can you answer this question in Icelandic? Question. Have you run or played any sci-fi TTRPGs?
I have to answer this in Icelandic?
Já. Ég held ég hef aldrei spilað eitthvað svona sci-fi. Sko, það var hérna eitt sem ég spilaði sem Guðsteinn var að DM-a.
Oh. Heimi og Stefán?
Já, þegar þeir byggu saman, og það var Tales from the
Loop.
Tales from the Loop.
Frá Free League Publishing.
Já. Og það var eitthvað sci-fi, eitthvað skrítið. En ég spilaði bara eitt session.
Já, ég spilaði Cyberpunk og Dark Heresy. Nefnin er á ensku, þannig að...
Já, þannig að þú veist, en það er alltaf, þá vita þau hvað við erum að segja. I hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you for your Swede money.
Yes, thank you for your Swede money. Zach on Zoom asks, do you have a rules glossary for your homebrew rules, or do you just keep them in your head? You print that shit out.
Print it out. I put it next to all the other printouts in a little divider thing that I have at the table.
Yeah.
And that way, whenever somebody asks me a question, I hand them the rules, and they can go look it up.
Yes.
Same with the player's handbook. People are like, how does this work? I'm like, I don't know. You have a rule book in front of you.
Hiko Hunter asks, how do you usually handle seasons and how they affect the players? In the same line, what is the best way to space out how factions move on the timeline? We have a video coming out on a calendar.
Calendar is coming out next Thursday.
Yep.
For the seasons, the only way I've ever made them matter is when they're hex crawling. So in the hex crawl rules, I stuck a little table, which was like, roll for weather. Depending on the weather effect, you might get different. You might get disadvantage on either march or navigation checks, or both, or neither, or advantage. So it's not a complicated system. It's just two kinds of checks, two kinds of effects: advantage, disadvantage, and then in what combo they show up. And that's sort of the only way I've ever really played with it. But it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Dopamine asks, "What's your favorite way you have or have seen someone use a mimic, aside from the traditional chess mimic?" Well, it's the thing you mentioned before, right? Yeah. There was a barrel mimic.
And it was mostly there to get the players to back away from the mimic, which would get them in range of the black pudding.
All right. It looks like that is the end of the questions. Anna has a mountain of hearts for us. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much for all your questions. I think there was a notification we just got.
Yeah, if you click at the top, there's a... Oh, yeah. Look. Douglas.
Oh, God. Douglas Deutsch. Douglas Deutschman.
Thank you so much
for the
really
$20. Really appreciate you guys. I hope this was fun for you. Hold on, they're commenting on the Icelandic thing, I think.
Daði's American voice seems slightly higher. Am I lower pitch in Icelandic?
Maybe.
Get that bad?
The ooh in loop sounded different. Okay, but I speak English. What the fuck do you mean?
We do. We have a different accent when we are like speaking Icelandic and we sletta an American word in there, an English word in there.
But I didn't think I was slattaing.
No, sletta means like a borrow word in Icelandic.
Yes. YouTube captions don't work for Icelandic. No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's sort of it. I think we're gonna...
Peter! Hi, Peter.
Peter!
Speaking of, somebody was asking about collabs. Me and Peter are going to have a talk about broadsheets and Tales from Elsewhere pretty soon. Mm-hmm. I keep telling him he should come to the country and I will run cowboy games for him.
Yes. In the cabin?
In the cabin.
Yeah. Peter,
come to Iceland. Whiskey, too.
Come to Iceland.
Thanks so much for everything, everybody. Like,
yes.
I cannot state enough. I mean, we've been sort of glib throughout this whole thing, but that's because this is so absurd. I don't know how to make this real in my head. At some point, there was a concert hall that we drove past in downtown Reykjavik, Harpan.
Yeah.
And I pointed this out, and I was like, I knew I recently researched, like, what the seating in there was.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, hey, our subscriber count right now is bigger than the largest place in, like, largest sal, like hall inside there.
Yeah.
And that was early, and it felt like that's a huge hall. So like every time we're talking about this stuff, I don't know how to make it make sense in my head. So thank you so much for all the support, for allowing us to do this, and for telling us that we've been helpful.
Yeah.
I like to believe you're telling me the truth, but sometimes I doubt. Hey, it's Ben from Questing Beast. Wow, everyone is here. Ben, your videos are awesome.
Thank you guys so much. You're right, 100k in 60 months is crazy. We're still shaking in our boots.
Yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're doing right or why we've been so blessed.
Yeah. But I think we're going to pitch one last time. If you're just tuning in now or recently, we just started filming an actual play. That will eventually just be released for free on YouTube, fully edited. But if you are interested in seeing just the uncut footage, if you want like sort of behind the scenes talks and the notes, the first episode of it is right now up on our expert and journeyman tiers on Patreon. Those are going to be coming out around every 2 weeks. We're still figuring out the work process on that exactly. Fully edited episodes will be out on YouTube late summer, not exactly when. We want to finish recording. We want to finish recording all of it first. We're still doing all of that recording. But if actual play is something you're interested in, you can check out the first episode now on our Patreon.
If that's outside your budget or whatever, thanks so much for being here, for watching this video, and for being with us on this incredible journey. I can't wait for you all to see the episodes when they go live on YouTube. If you want to wait, I can't wait to see you all next Thursday, because that's where we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're feeling especially generous, you might like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we release new videos. And until next time, do you want to say it?
Keep studying the mystic arts, ya nerds!
Ya nerds!
Thank you so much, you guys. Bye!